Yep, I think we're live now. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 54 of Menace and The Man.
Menace and The Man, episode 54, Stan?
Yep. How are you tonight, Dennis?
Pretty good. How are you doing, Stan?
I'm alive. I'm here.
We're live right now?
We are live right now.
Let's do this thing.
We're drinking Coronas, Bud Lights, and G Fuel tonight. We're getting real fucked up.
Yep. Wild.
We're wild. It's Monday night. Usually we record on Tuesdays, but Menace got some football games this weekend.
Yep.
How's Maddox doing?
Pretty good.
Has he figured it out yet, or is he still just like...
I still got a little bit of work to do, you know?
He's still just Wild West in it?
Yeah, but he likes it.
That's all that matters, as long as he's having fun.
Yeah.
And how old were you when you started playing football?
I played... When did I play? I lived with my mom in Pennsylvania, and I played on the midgets, I think. Like the midgets team.
On the midgets?
That was like the... No, maybe I was ponies.
I didn't play football that young. I didn't play till like middle school.
Yeah. Well, no, I was in 4th grade.
Well, middle school's 6th, 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah, 4th grade. I was a center. I was the middle linebacker and the running back.
Okay.
Yeah.
How were you as a linebacker?
I was the fastest kid on the team, and I'd fucking run.
So you were like a linebacker / cornerback. Like you were probably catching.
Yeah. I would run into anybody and fucking.
Yeah, that's funny.
As hard as I can.
So, did you watch this BMF fight this weekend?
I did.
What'd you think of it?
Like,
what'd you think of the stoppage? Like, I know we touched on it
a
little bit yesterday in a private conversation.
Yeah. I mean, there was no blood in his eyes.
Yeah.
Yes, the gash was big. It was fucking pretty serious. Probably would have gotten like a little bit more larger, but like
even if it would have got bigger, then it would have been really bad. It was still bad, but the thing is, like, the doctor asked him, "Can you see?" He was like, "Yeah, I could see. I'm good." And then he even said in the post fight, he said the doctor walked away, and I thought the fight was fine, about to happen, and then the doctor waved it off. And then even Dan Mergliotta like double checked with the referee, like he was like, "No, I don't want to call this fight," and then the referee was like, "Nah."
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that. Like, when things are high stakes, they don't, like, give you, like, a little bit, like... But then sometimes you see...
Well, it's the baddest motherfucker belt, and they're going to stop it on a cut. You know what I mean? Both of those guys wanted the other guy flatlined.
Yeah.
They probably would have been, like, 5 rounds. Can we throw a 6th round on there? You know, we'll go again. You know what I mean?
That's what the baddest motherfucker belt should be, like, 7 rounds.
Yeah, but you know what it is? They need to fight. They need to have that fight in, like, fucking overseas. Because in the United States, that's why with, like, the PFL, they do the 2 rounds and the 3 rounds. By the Athletic Commission, the most rounds they'll let you fight is 5. That's like the
in one night.
In one night. Yeah. That's like the Athletic Commission rule. So they should rebook that thing in like fucking Singapore and just be like, you two are going to have an old school throwback fight. No rounds even. You guys are just going to fight till someone gets finished.
Wow.
That's the baddest motherfucker belt. That's what they need to do.
Or a 1 15-minute round.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
But 1 15-minute round, and then what happens if they go to the 15? Judge's decision or an overtime?
Yeah, decision.
Okay.
Who won?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, what'd you think of the actual fight past the cut? I'm like, at first I was like, oh, that sucks, just because I saw Nate say I'm good. But then
Nate came out like he does. He was aggressive, front kicks, pushing the pressure, and Masvidal was on the skates, kind of feeling him out a little bit, bang bang, and then Nate was throwing, landing a little bit, and then Masvidal hit like one like little combo, and he was like, okay.
Hit him with the elbow, and that elbow is what reopened that whole thing.
I thought what cut him is like, because Nate dipped down, and he kicked him.
Well, you see it on the replay. It was the elbow that like apparently bashed him open, because that's what he hit him right there with. Then he hit him with a punch, and then Nate started like retreating and like bent down. Then he hit him with a kick right to the face.
Because then I was like, oh damn! And like after that, from that point on, I was like, this is
not going good.
From that point on, I was like, Masvidal is crushing him.
Yeah.
Like there was no point from that point on where I felt like, all right, Nate, you're getting some momentum in your behind your caboose there.
Yeah. Oh, and Masvidal was pissed at like people saying, "Oh no, Nate was coming on," or Masvidal was gonna gas. You know what I mean? Masvidal was like, I wasn't gassing in this fight." You know what I mean?
And like me and you said, like, yeah, he slowed down like a little bit in the third, but like
nothing happened
enough to win the round. Like when I was sparring, when I was fighting, like sometimes I'm tired. Like, all right, let me just do enough to keep winning. You know, I don't need to like pour it on this guy and, you know, exhaust myself. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially when you're, you know, it might be 5 rounds. You know?
Yeah. And I think like Masvidal, a guy with that much experience, and I've seen, like I was talking about, like even the Iaquinta fight or some of those fights where he's lost split decisions, it's because he like pulled his foot off the gas a little bit, you know what I mean, and started coasting as opposed to keeping the pressure up.
Right, I agree.
That was a different Masvidal in that third round. He was still putting it on Diaz. Like I saw people even saying, like, I thought Nate won the third round. No fucking chance.
Well, that might be the difference for him being at 155 versus 70.
Yeah, like how'd your cardio feel when you went up to 55?
Same.
Yeah, like you just always have cardio. Yeah. But you never had a gassing problem. You were always the guy who thrived in the third round.
Yeah.
If anything, you had a just getting punched in the face early in the fight problem.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But then you turn it on.
Well, everyone's really strong.
Yeah, well, you always fought fucking studs.
Yeah.
One of the funniest things when I watched back that other episode was, I know we were just talking about the word. Obviously, it's a word you shouldn't say is retard. But when you were like, you know, your boy, who's my boy? That retarded guy, you know? But then even Masvidal went like hard with that. Like fucking, he threw that word out all weekend, talking about everybody.
It's an old school, like, if you were born in the 80s, that's what you say to people when you fucking think they're being, like, stupid or, like, you know?
Bro.
Like, it's not, I don't know, like.
Well, even that, like, the person he was speaking in reference to, he was talking about Conor McGregor.
Right.
So, like, how small do you think Conor is compared to Jorge? Have you ever met Jorge? Or been around him? He's a lot bigger than Conor? They have
not too crazy.
Yeah, like I figured, like we were talking about last week, if they both fought at 55, then it's a logical fight. You know, especially if they're both claiming to be the baddest motherfucker.
Yeah,
it's a logical fight. But I think they should fucking make that fight. Like, what do you think?
Why not at 70?
Yeah, make it catch weight at 65 for the baddest motherfucker bout.
Why not 70?
Or at 70? I feel like even with the baddest motherfucker bout, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah,
you could have a catch weight at 168. It's not a real weight class, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're gonna pay Masvidal $2 million or a couple $1 million, and they're like, yo, you want to fight fucking?
Yo, you know how in jiu-jitsu there's like
absolute.
Yes.
Yeah.
The baddest. There should be 2 baddest motherfucker belts in the UFC.
And one of them should. I think one of them should be like 165.
No, maybe 3. Maybe 3.
Yeah.
So from like 125 to 145. 155 to 185?
Yeah. So now, did you watch even you didn't watch Darren Till versus Kelvin at all, right?
I saw some highlights. All
right, like that fight was good, but like a little lackluster. But then even after the fight, in the post fight, they were talking to Darren Till about like 185. He was like, yeah, I'll fight Adesanya. Then they were like, Yoel Romero. He was like, fuck no. He's like, fuck that guy. I want nothing to do with that guy. I'm good on that one.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Adesanya said today, and like in some interviews, he was like, why would you be ducking that guy? Like, Adesanya's trying to fight Yoel Romero.
Right. I did see that for title fight, right?
Apparently, Paulo Costa had like shoulder surgery or some shit, so he's out for a minute. And what's his name wants to fight in February, April.
What's his face?
Or February, March, whatever. Adesanya.
Oh.
So he's ready to like get in there. So he fucking is calling out Yoel. But like I actually saw this one thing. Like apparently, people, if you fight Yoel Romero or Robbie Lawler, you have a shitty record after that.
Wow.
Like people pulled up like statistics of it. Like people who fought like Robbie Lawler are like 2-5, 5-5. Like they're not the same fighter after they fight Robbie Lawler.
Wow.
I could see it though too. And Yoel Romero, they say fucking ruins people. Like they say he ruined fucking Weidman. They say he ruined Rockhold. They say he ruined fucking Robert Whittaker. We haven't seen Robert Whittaker fight again yet.
Right.
But who knows, you know?
I mean, those are some top guys that you could look back and go, yeah, I guess he has.
Well, he's a fucking beast. Like, I'm not going to say he's on something, but
Did anybody ruin me?
no, because you won. You were able to come back and get a dub. You know what I mean? It was like these other guys, like, almost, like, completely changed. And you never got, like Korean Zombie didn't flatline you. You know what I mean? You jumped right up.
Right.
Jeremy Stevens, after that fight, you came back and fucking won fights after that.
So you mean, like, changes them, meaning, like, they can't win
They
anymore?
can't win. Their chin's gone. Changes their fighting style.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll have to get the thing up.
Because Weidman hasn't won since.
Beat Gastelum.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. I thought that was after.
Yeah. But then even people, you know, like, and even that, like, Gastelum is killing it at 185. He's doing good. He's hanging with some of the top guys.
It
but
just seems like he can't.
I think he was always a welterweight, though, too.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't cut weight the right way, I guess, or whatever. He might
be. I would like to hang out with him for, like, 2 weeks and just see what his eating habits are. See, like.
Maybe he's a 75er if they make that weight class, but he apparently struggles.
Like, does he do any, like, long distance on the cardio on the treadmill or the bike to try and burn fat?
Yeah.
I mean, does he even strength train? You know, like, I would like to see those things.
So you didn't see.
He's eating cookies when he goes to bed. You know.
Yeah, like I feel like that might be kind of the case.
Like, does he still live with his mom?
No,
He's young.
He's like 25, 26. How old is he now?
Pretty young.
I remember you told me that story one time. Like when you found out how old he was, you were like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, I thought he was like my age, and he was like 24.
Bro, you know who his doppelganger is?
No.
Not in that picture, but Randy from the UFC, the social media guy that you know.
Oh yeah, I think so.
They're brothers. No, he's 28 now.
Okay.
So when you
that was 4 years ago.
Yeah,
I guess when I fought in New Mexico.
Mad long ago. But I guess he was 24 back then. But Luque got defeated by Thompson. Luque was working the calf kicks early, but then Thompson
got away from it.
Yeah, Thompson just put it on him.
They got fight of the night as well.
Did they get fight of the night?
Yep.
Derek Lewis versus Blago Ivanov was just a competitive back and forth fight, kind of like a boring heavyweight fight, but like just slugging it out. Derek Lewis.
It's crazy. Derek Lewis either knocks the guy out.
Derek Lewis almost knocked him out. He had him wobbled a few times.
Gets knocked out. Does Derek Lewis get knocked out? Because I'm trying to think if I ever saw him lose a decision.
Who, Derek Lewis?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's lost decisions. I think he lost to, or no, didn't he beat Francis Ngannou in like the most boring fight ever? I think that's what happened with that one.
Oh, yeah.
Where they just looked at each other for 15 minutes.
That was awful.
Yeah. But he beat Blagoy. I picked against him in this fight because I thought Blagoy was going to take him down. So, like, you ever see, I saw a meme out there. You ever see, like, when a fight goes to the ground and fight fans are like, oh, this grappling shit is boring. Just stand up. It was as if someone just yelled to Derek Lewis, just stand up. Whenever he wanted to get up, he just, like, would go and then just fucking explode out of side control. Like 3 times in the fight, Blagoy had him in side control, and Derek Lewis just exploded to his feet. Was like, all right, I'm done hanging out here. Yeah, he's lost 3 decisions. But, yeah, he usually knocks you out, or he got TKO'd by Dos Santos, choked out by Cormier, TKO'd by Hunt. But,
whose decision him? Like, probably
in the beginning, Tony Johnson and Sean Jordan.
Was he in the UFC then?
No, those are pre-UFC. Yeah. So, yeah, in the UFC, he's just been finished, TKO'd. But he's back in the mix with a win against Blagoy. And then the other main fight sucks.
Called, dude.
Am I?
Yeah.
The other main fight sucks. It was Gregor getting KO'd by Kevin Lee. People were trying to throw us shade. And just, you know how people like to highlight when people get knocked out and make it like, oh, no, I knew that was going to happen. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Kevin Lee has no knockouts in his career. He has TKO victories.
Like, I know Kevin Lee possesses power. Like, he's a big, strong guy. But just, like...
Yeah, he's a fucking beast.
He's more of, like, wrestle fuck. You get you tired.
Can overwhelm you with some shots.
You out,
yeah, he has no one-hit KOs.
I tell you what, when I saw that Gregor was fighting Kevin Lee, I'm like, all right, this is a dope fight, whatever. Then when I saw that Kevin Lee was training at TriStar, I was like, I mean, I'm not in love with that idea for Gregor. Just because I've worked with Faraz, like, legit, at Renzo Gracie's for 10 minutes, and I was like, oh, damn. Like,
yeah, pretty much the things that...
You got some fucking, like, real legit science to the why and when and where you do things.
Like he's that very analytical coach. Like
Yeah.
he sends his guys in with a game plan. They train this game plan.
Yeah.
Like it's not like this is what you should do, but you're going to impose your shit, you know?
Yeah.
Kevin Lee was low stance and working his jab.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Oh, and the one thing that Gregor didn't do that Gregor does phenomenally, and when he does it to you, it's a nightmare, is level changes of feints where you are guessing if he's even going to come or not.
Yeah.
He didn't do that.
Yeah.
Every time he came forward, he threw, and it was just like, okay. And Kevin Lee was just putting that jab out, and he has longer arms, so Gregor would get hit, but Gregor would get a hit, but get hit.
Yeah, I feel like Gregor was even having success on the feet. So he was like, all right, I think I'm good here. I don't need to, you know. He definitely felt something that he wasn't shooting takedowns and getting stuffed. He
shot like one low single from a distance, and I was like,
I felt like that one was more just putting it out there. Like he tried, but Kevin Lee immediately pulled back, so Gregor wasn't like, oh, I'm going to keep going right now. Yeah. I'm going to just fall out on this one. Take it easy, Lenny.
What are you falling out on?
What am I falling out on?
You say you're going to fall out on?
No, I was saying Gregor didn't keep going for that. He just fell out of it and was like, all right, I'm not gonna press this one too hard.
And he landed his own hands too, so
bro, like even right before he got KO'd, he landed like what looked like the flushest left hook. And then Kevin Lee even mentioned it afterward. He was like, oh no, he caught me nice, and today Kevin Lee's face was fucked up.
Yeah.
And then he said he caught me nice where normally I probably would have jumped back and readjusted my game plan, but this time I just stepped in and fucking threw heat.
And I think Gregor wins that fight 8 times out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Different day, different game plan. Like, I think he went into that probably to wrestle him. And then once he started, fucking landing shots, he was like, no, I'm doing good here. I thought he was doing good. Like, he was supposed to lose to Kevin Lee on the feet.
Yeah. I don't know, because I mean, Keith Trimble's his striking coach, and, I've had Keith as my striking coach, and, he does a great job as a striking coach. Where sometimes I've gone in fights where I'm fucking this dude up on the feet.
Yeah.
Fuck wrestling. I'm gonna stand up and just fuck this dude up.
Yeah.
You know. When sometimes you gotta stick with
what got you there.
Your bread and butter.
You gotta stick with what got you there. And I'm sure that was the game plan. Eventually, he just got caught.
Yeah.
And then you didn't watch.
Because what was it 2 minutes in?
2:47.
Yeah.
You didn't watch And props to Kevin Lee. People were saying we totally went against him. We gave him his props. We knew that he was a talented fighter.
Yeah, I thought it was definitely Gregor's biggest test.
We were going off even what Kevin Lee said. This is the dumbest fight I could have took.
Yeah.
Because it was, but fighting's rough.
He got fight of the night.
Yeah, he got a bonus. Sometimes you get caught. But did you see Johnny Walker versus Corey Anderson? Another case of someone getting caught. You're gonna tell me Corey Anderson? I'm a fan of Corey Anderson, but you're telling me he wins that fight on the feet every time they fight?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe he has his number type thing.
Yeah,
but
because Johnny Walker does crazy shit, and like we talked about before, on lesser people.
Yeah. Yeah, and Corey Anderson was his first step up.
Yeah.
And it wound up being he got caught and he got fucked up.
It's almost like the opposite end of the spectrum. Gregor fought a step up, didn't go his way because he didn't wrestle.
Yeah.
Corey Anderson is a wrestler who crushed Johnny Walker in the stand-up game, and Johnny Walker was taking a step up to Corey Anderson.
Yeah.
A little confusing, but
yeah, it was one of those. It was one of those fights, where you just knew something big was gonna happen. People thought everyone was picking Johnny Walker by highlight reel KO. I know Bisping said he was Johnny Walker is gonna highlight Corey Anderson. There's gonna be his coming out party. But it wound up being, I think it's Corey Anderson's first knockout. So him too. Nobody is going to be I called Corey Anderson wrestle fucking him. Right. Nobody called Corey Anderson knocking him out.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Who did I actually pick in that fight?
You picked Walker. But you didn't. Yeah, but you didn't say oh, it's going to be, a spectacular knockout. You just picked Walker. So I guess if that's how he was going to win, that's how he wins. And then you said you watched Blonde Fighters fight, right?
No, I wasn't able to. I was working.
She looked good, so it looks like she's going to be next for
the
title. Lyman Good looked good. Julio Arce looked good. He lost a really competitive fight. Shane Burgos looked good. He had a little trouble in the first round, but then he fucking overcame it, wound up beating that dude up pretty good.
What round did he get the TKO?
Who, Burgos?
Yeah, third
Burgos and Lyman, I believe, both were third round. And then that one dude, like, we almost should have. I forgot how good that dude was. We picked Tavares probably just because I think, you know,
Yeah, we know him.
we're more familiar with
Yeah.
him. But that dude, Edmund Shabatsian.
Yeah.
Did you
I
didn't?
did see the highlight.
Oh,
of that.
my God.
Like, punched him and gave him, like, really bad stanky legs.
Yeah. And then he threw, like, one of those, put his left hand out, and then threw the left high kick behind it and hit him right in the fucking face. So, tough one.
It's wild.
Yeah, but it was a good weekend of fights.
Watch this, Dan. Alexa, turn the living room purple.
Oh, I actually figured that with this episode, you'd be able to show off your smart house.
Alexa, turn the living room red. Now, do you know there's something like with red light? It's like good for the body.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I gotta look
infrared?
No, not infrared. Like red light. It, like I think it like maybe increases like testosterone. It's something that's like good for like mood or something like that.
All right, let's keep the red going, and we'll try to get.
I don't think it's good for the show.
No, we'll get Randa Markos on, and we'll tell her we put the red light on.
Okay.
In honor of you.
Yeah.
Once I figure this out, though.
Alexa, turn the living room white. Oh, this bitch.
What bitch?
Alexa.
Well, maybe she went for the other one.
Turn the living room white. Bruh. Alexa, turn the living room white. Alexa, turn the living room lights white.
Why is this bitch playing games with you?
I don't know. I don't like it. Not a big fan.
Yeah, it seems like she was doing that to you before, too.
Well, I said light, white. Maybe she was confusing white and light. Because sometimes I'm a gangster and I slur my words.
Yep. Is that what you do?
Yeah, man.
Because you're a gangster, you do that?
Yeah. Fucking thug. You know, at least I accept my flaws.
Why? That's not a flaw, being a thug.
No. Slurring my words.
Oh, all right, all right.
Unique
New York.
See, I fucked that one up.
Did you?
The first try.
Man, but Skype is really irritating me right now.
What it be saying?
It's just not letting me call up Randa Markos.
It's wild.
Yeah, like it's letting me put her in there.
That's completely wild. Wild.
Is it because live shouldn't be there at the start? Oh, that's why.
Why?
Because I was putting live there in the beginning. Let's see.
Yeah, it's wild.
Is it?
So how's the clocks going back an hour affecting you?
Not bad.
Right.
They affected my action this weekend.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yes. Randa,
what's up, girl?
What's up?
all right, you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you.
And you see both of us?
Yep.
All right, Stan the Man, nice to meet you. You've met Dennis before, right?
Yep, I'm better.
Welcome.
How's it going, guys?
It's going awesome.
It's going a lot better now that we got you.
Stan, she's married.
I know. I wasn't saying anything like that.
It's got a thing for you.
No, don't put me under the bus like that. But yes, big fan.
Well, it's a
big
compliment.
fan.
What do you mean?
Yes. Why don't you change the lights red for her?
All right. Alexa, turn the living room red.
See, we got some red
Ooh,
lights going on for you in honor of all red, everything.
So I remember
Awesome, love it.
asking you why you went with the color red. I remember you having like a reasoning behind it. You want to tell
Well, like, I felt like everyone was, like, trying to get out there, and, like, everyone was trying to, like, everyone was getting naked for the gram, and everybody was, like, doing, like, you know, sexy pictures and everything. And I'm not all about that, you know. I want to be a fighter first, but I also want to stand out. So I kind of, like, the red is just, like, it catches your eye, you know. When you look on Instagram, it just catches your eye and it helps you stand out. So I went with the red because of that.
And then wasn't there something with blood? Like you want to bloody your opponents or something like that? Or I made that up.
Actually, I constantly get cut. I mean, the last few fights I haven't got cut, but I constantly get cut. But one of my fights after I dyed my hair red, I got cut, and you couldn't tell if it was my hair dripping or it was my blood. So it kind of helped me out.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, so there's some science behind the madness.
And then also, was it Stitch? Who gave you your nickname?
Yeah, Stitch Duran on The Ultimate Fighter. He like would walk by me and be like, "You're the quiet storm. You're the quiet storm." Like, I like that. I'm gonna keep it.
And that's awesome. That's like like an OG in the game. For anybody to give you your nickname, for it to be from Stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Like
I felt being a nickname from him.
Yeah. What's Stitch? Where is he now? Is he in Bellator?
Yeah. He's a cut man for the athletic commissions, but I think he got banned from the UFC for speaking out against the Reebok deal.
Oof.
Yeah, something like that.
How's the Reebok deal treating you, Randa?
I have no complaints at all. I mean, I never really had much sponsors before Reebok, and still don't have many sponsors now. So I'm not complaining at all. I mean, it's the sponsors that we don't get paid from that kind of sucks. I mean, nobody talks about that. You know, like all those sponsors on the canvas, we don't get paid from those. Or Reebok pays us. Complain.
Yeah, I've heard that even like for a while they were putting the P3 on people's shorts.
Yeah.
And people weren't getting paid from it. They were just like hand you a pair of shorts with P3 on it.
Yeah, I wonder what that's about. And then also, I always wondered what the guys that have the monster scratches on their shorts and hats, like, what are those guys getting paid? I know they're getting like a nice, healthy check of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wonder if they're getting paid from Monster. That'd be cool to get another sponsor.
1,000,000%, and it's only like select fighters. Like they can have a shit record, but if they're like marketable, they're rocking Monster.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's what it's about, being marketable now. It's not about like being great, it's about being marketable.
Yeah.
That's what I feel, in my opinion.
I mean, in the social media day and age, I feel like all the women are kind of marketable. Like they all have, a lot of the female fighters have bigger followings than the male fighters. Like, energy drinks should start throwing money at you girls. 100%.
Well, I mean, let's talk about the sport as a whole, though.
Yeah.
You know, like not just girls or guys, but like, I don't know.
Well, even that's what I'm saying. I don't think, does Monster sponsor any girls?
Probably Joanna.
Amanda Nunes, probably.
Oh, so like, yeah. I feel like I see a lot more men sponsored by Monster and no women.
I never noticed that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll look into that, Randa. So, what's going on with you? Congrats on the victory over Ashley Yoder.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a tough fight. You know, I didn't expect her to be so awkward on the ground. You know, like I know there's a lot of girls out there that like they're awkward because they're double jointed or they're like flexible or whatever. And I'm not like that at all. I'm not flexible at all actually. But to go roll with somebody like.
I'm actually pretty flexible. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I was pretty flexible.
Sorry.
Yeah, once we hit the ground, it was like really awkward. Like I didn't know, like it was just awkward grappling her on the ground. And then after that, I was like, after the first time, I'm like, I am not going to the ground with this girl. I gotta stand back up, stay standing. Well, so it was a tough fight.
What's your rank in jiu-jitsu?
I'm a purple belt, but I don't do gi. Like I barely ever do gi.
Yeah,
I'm just not a fan of gi.
You're a sandbag in purple belt. You're probably better than a purple belt, but technically you're a purple belt.
Yeah, I just got ranked at purple belt. I was a blue belt for a really long time. I just don't do gi, and I'd rather not.
Yeah.
I'm still a white belt, one stripe.
Yeah, but you're working on your blue belt.
What's that?
Gi's not gi's not my thing.
Yeah. I think I put one on like 3 times.
Oh, yeah. And you advanced pretty quickly.
Yeah, one stripe, yeah.
There you go. But yeah, Ashley Yoder, she's a beast on the ground. I feel like that's where, not saying she's not good on the feet, but that's where her like specialty lies. Is she's better at like, you know, scrambling, taking girls' backs, things like that.
Right. And was that at 115 or was that at 125? 115, right?
15.
115, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, great fight. We actually called that fight before you, we said that we think you were going to grind her out a little bit, but like I didn't want to pick in the fight, neither did Dennis. Like we didn't want to pick a winner, but we said like Ashley can keep her distance and maybe like outpoint you, but more than likely you were going to grind her out and just like march her down, and that's pretty much
a little more gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I went in that fight like we get lost in the game and we just focus on the point system and like how many points you can win. But like I just go win into that fight like I just want to hurt someone. Like we forget that it's a fight. We gotta look at it like a street fight. Like kill or be killed, right?
Yeah.
So kind of like I wanted to change my perspective and just go in there and just hurt somebody.
Yeah. And it's funny you said like we focus on the point system, but we don't even know what the fucking point system is.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Right? Like.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Did you watch the fights this weekend?
Yes, I did. I watched the fights. It was awesome. I'm pretty disappointed with the main event, but like looking back at it, I've been cut pretty bad before, and I continued. But like he was cut pretty bad. So after I was disappointed, I realized like that was a pretty bad cut, and I'd love to see that rematch.
Yeah, but he cuts there all the time.
Yeah, if that fight was in New Jersey or California or Vegas, that fight keeps going.
Yeah.
But because it was in New York and they're a little bit less experienced.
Yeah. So like I was saying to you, who's the heavyweight boxer that fought?
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury. He had a gash very similar to
a deeper and bigger gash. Yeah.
Than Diaz's, but Diaz had a little one underneath too. But I mean, the main warrior was one above his eye.
Yeah.
But the Fury fight went for 12 rounds.
And he got cut in like the third round, I believe.
Yeah.
He fought 24 minutes after, or however long.
And I've definitely seen like fights where Clay Guida was covered in blood from his forehead, like his whole face, and the fight continued. But like, Diaz had a deep gash, but it wasn't like gushing blood. That's the whole reason why you stop a fight, is for the blood getting in the eye. No.
He was hanging pretty far down, but it happened in the first round, and I don't know. It looked pretty bad, but yeah, I don't understand how like some fights they let it go and some fights they continue.
Yeah.
But I guess it depends on the doctor, right?
Yeah.
Right, and New York is like
Well, someone on the underground on like MMA.tv posted like she's a ringside physician from the state of Florida, and she posted that she knew that doctor well and said that he's been in the game for a long time and that he's at every like athletic commission symposium. So like he's one of the most known, like he's deep into it. But yeah, I think also at the same time,
it's a bad motherfucker belt.
It's the bad motherfucker belt, but also at the same time, he's sitting in meetings. He's not actually dealing with live fights. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I think they haven't seen cuts like that in MMA, and they also, because boxing's been here for so long, they look at MMA like a little bit more of a violent sport, a little more damaging.
It'd be funny if they asked like all right, you can pick like one person to call like if you're good, and like a guy's wife's like, no, he's done, it's too deep.
Yeah.
That was just a crazy thought. Sorry.
Yeah, I got just my lips split pretty bad before the UFC. It was like literally like wide open. They came up to me, they were gonna stop it. I'm like, no, I'm good. They let me continue. And that was pretty bad, but it wasn't bleeding that much. It was just really, really like deep. So I don't know. If I would have stopped, I would have been really upset. So I'm sure Nate was really upset about that stoppage.
Oh my God, Jorge was upset about the stoppage. Yeah. They both were, but and the fans were fucking rowdy as they could possibly be. They were all screaming bullshit and whatnot.
No, I mean if they stopped after the first round, then because I don't think it got worse from the first round to the third round.
No, really. And even I think the rule is the cut. It can't affect the vision. So you could have a bad gash on the side of your head, and if it's going down, you know what I mean? Right. It's not affecting your vision. You're not taking more damage because of it. The fight can keep going.
Yeah.
They cleaned up the cut good. The referee asked Nate, like, are you good? Nate was like, yeah, I'm good. And then, like we were talking about before, Randa, like, the referee walked away, and Nate and Jorge both thought the fight was going to start again. And then the referee, like, went low-key and told Mergliata, like, nah, this thing's over. Yeah.
And even,
Mergliata was like, oh, wait, double check. Yeah. It's over? And the referee, the doctor was like, yeah. So.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing a lot of posts that Dana White's like, nah, a second one's not going down.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping for a second one.
I think it's the time issue. Like, I think he wants to put Jorge in. I mean, they say they're not going to do him versus Conor, but I think that's a thought. or possibly on the horizon, or Jorge versus the winner of Colby and Usman. Because let's say Colby wins that fight, that's one of the biggest fights in UFC history.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because they can sell. That's Tito Ortiz versus Chuck Liddell all over again. They can sell best friends that are not friends anymore that are going to now fight for a 5-round title.
Yeah.
I think that's good business.
I don't understand why they're even talking about the Notorious coming in. I don't think that should even be any talks right now.
I agree with you, but like
money, yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to. It's a popularity contest.
Yeah.
Not like a true sport tournament style like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's celebrity deathmatch.
Yeah. The UFC is looking at it from a business aspect. I think, Conor should come back and fight a number 10, you know, like a guy lower than that. But he is also a former champion, so I guess that's always a card.
Because he can come in and he can lose once a year for 5 years, but just keep being Conor and, like, he'll get these huge fights.
Yeah. Oh, well, even if you look at his pay-per-view numbers and his following, that's why he can cut the line.
Right.
You know, he's got, like, fucking 30 million followers or some crazy.
So, Randa, what do you need to do to get those numbers?
To get those numbers? I don't know.
Maybe your eyebrows red, too?
I think if I go into a bar and I punch an old lady in the face, maybe.
Actually,
no.
I think you just go to jail. And you get cut from the UFC, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Conor's got some shit going on, too. He's got, like, sexual assault cases and shit.
That was pretty crazy. That was pretty crazy. I don't know. I feel like, you know, he just does something crazy every once in a while and gets his name out there and then hides out and comes back, does something crazy, but, you know, his following is still strong and it's crazy.
Yeah, anybody who ever drank and is Irish is like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
I went to St. Patrick's Day last year. Like, I'm with Conor.
Yeah.
But Randa, are you still working?
No, I'm not. I haven't been working in a while. I just fight full time.
Awesome. Because I remember when me and you did that fan experience in Canada, you were working full time as a pharmaceutical.
Pharmacy tech, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing that for a while. I stopped doing that, and then they wanted me back for a bit. They needed some help, and I went back, and I was like, this is too much. It's like my main focus is not on fighting, and I didn't like that, so then I just stopped and just continued fighting. It's too much. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I thought that was insane that you were doing that. And then you were traveling to like Michigan to get some training and stuff like that. Where are you training now?
I'm still in. I'm in Ann Arbor now. I'm at a different gym in Ann Arbor, a Muay Thai gym. I do my jiu-jitsu there too, and then I travel to like 45 minutes from here, from my house in Canada, and do my conditioning, and then I travel, you know, to do my wrestling. I'm all over the place. I'm constantly, and that's a big part of like me not being able to work. And I'm glad I don't have to work. And right now I fight enough to not have to work. But yeah, it's too much. And the traveling already is a lot, so
yeah,
I like to do this.
So have you ever seen Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you never seen that show? It's with the guy Larry David, who was like George from Seinfeld. That's like the character he's based on. So on one of the episodes, he has like a funny episode, and it's always like a funny thing I bring up sometimes. Is a pharmacist a doctor?
I guess they're a doctor of medicine.
So technically, like are you Dr. Randa Markos?
No, she was a tech.
No, I'm a tech.
Oh, okay.
But like the guy above you has his PhD, which technically he's a doctor.
Yeah, they're a doctor of medicine.
Right.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to double check.
Why?
Yeah.
What you were going somewhere like you?
No, that was like an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. And then even I've had an argument with a pharmacist because she was telling me she was a doctor. I was like, you're not a doctor, you're a pharmacist. But then if you actually look it up, it says like you can be.
Right.
Everyone's not, but you can be. Like I guess if you're the boss. Yeah.
Well, if you have your PhD, hang on. You can have your PhD and not be a doctor. You can be sitting on your couch and you're still considered a doctor, no?
Yeah. Yeah, once you finish medical school.
Right.
Yeah. But then even like on the Curb Your Enthusiasm, she never saw the episode or the show, but like he argues with his doctor about how the pharmacist told him he was taking the wrong medicine. And then the guy's like, I'm a doctor. But he's a pharmacist. Yeah, but I'm a doctor. And then he goes with the pharmacist's recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. But went over both of your heads, I guess.
Well, we don't
Sorry.
watch stupid shows like you, Stan.
That's a great show. A lot of people think that's a
Randa,
great
you
show.
watch a lot of TV?
I watch a lot of Netflix. I watch a lot of documentaries of like, serial killers and stuff. I love that stuff.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Do you like horror movies?
Oh, I love horror movies. I
Okay.
don't like gory. I like horror.
Like
I'm like obsessed.
Like Supernatural or
Yeah.
One thing I was
I-
speaking on the last episode, did you see the new Child's Play?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it was such a piece of shit. Don't even waste your time. You haven't seen it yet, right?
no?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Where could you watch it? Where is it right now? Is it on theaters? Is it
I'm pretty sure it's on like demand and whatnot. Not on
Okay.
Netflix, but it's definitely on demand. But don't waste your time.
Like would you suggest I watch it to see how bad it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And if you're a Chucky fan, you're a fan of that whole 80s horror movie genre type deal. Because you know how they're doing makeups. Like, did you see Pet Sematary, Randa?
I watched the old one. Yeah,
You
I
didn't,
watched some of the old ones.
you didn't
That
see,
stuff is.
yeah, the new one was
Pardon?
I thought the new one was good.
I
I didn't see that yet.
mean, it wasn't great, but I guess it was watchable.
What about It? Have you seen the newer It's?
I didn't see the newer one. I've been busy. I didn't see the newer one, but I did see the first one.
No,
I liked it.
I
It's
didn't.
very-
I didn't see It Chapter 2 yet either.
Well, she didn't. You saw the old one, you're saying?
No, she saw the old. She saw the original. She saw the newest It, like first one while they're kids. You haven't seen It
Yeah.
Chapter 2 when they're adults.
No.
Yeah, sames. I still want to see that too.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new one yet, but I heard it was good.
I watch all that like paranormal activity stuff. That stuff I love.
Yeah, but if you saw the first one, right? You saw like the last one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but still, like you'll be sitting there watching it, right? The movie ends, you're like, was that there before? Am I hearing shit? Like starts fuck with you, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think the one with the kid and the dog, that one freaked me out because I just got a puppy and the dog will just like my puppy will just like bark to the corner at night in the middle of the night. I'm like, what the hell is there? Like it just
Yeah.
freaks you out.
Yeah.
Starts thinking about that paranormal stuff.
Well, that is something they say. Like dogs have that receptor, right?
Yeah.
They say dogs can like see dead people or like have like extra whatever
I guess.
something.
Well, I would just like to
Creepy.
imagine that they're like they have small brains and just don't know what the fuck's going on half the time. But the one movie that used to fuck with me all the time after I watch it would be Final Destination,
Yeah.
where you're like,
Yeah.
fuck. Like, I'd better keep an eye on that cabinet. It could come off the hinges, fall down, hit the mirror, fucking, the window breaks weird and fucking slashes my neck. Right?
Yeah.
You're looking over, you're like, whoa, those horns on that fucking goat up there might fall off the wall and fucking stab me in the head.
But then the first one was good, but then they overdid it.
Yeah, I agree.
And then it got like, oh, so that's a little.
Yeah.
But yeah, shit could happen.
Yeah, I don't. Sequels always they're never as good as the original.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's like all movies, right?
Yeah. So what is Randa Markos doing when she's not training and when she's not watching serial killer documentaries?
Honestly, I'm just eating. I'm just enjoying life, getting fat and sassy. No, it's just relaxing. I don't really do much other than train and like I'll take a week off. Like I took a few days in Singapore and got to enjoy like all of Singapore. Came back home and I'm going back to the gym tomorrow. So I don't take much time off. This is all I do, right? Is train and hang out at home. So if I'm not doing that, I'm just bored.
Yeah. What does your husband like to do?
He's busy as well. He owns his own business. He just works a lot. So, I'll help him sometimes with his business, but yeah, we work a lot.
All right, let's give him a plug. What's his business? And like,
I don't know. Urban Glass Windsor.
so like,
He does glass. He does like glass showers, glass railings. He does all that, like
oh wow.
anything glass. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So,
All right,
so that table behind you, he made?
Yeah, no, actually, I did that.
Really?
He did install all these mirrors in my makeup room. I got a nice makeup room down here. He did that for me. He actually did this tile as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool having a handyman around.
Now, hang on.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. If he's doing glass, he's probably pretty handy.
Let me know if I'm crossing the line. Like, is your guys' room like wild, like mirrors everywhere in your bedroom, or
Yeah, well, yeah, actually, we do have a wall of mirror.
Wow, in your room.
Yeah.
But it's for getting like dressed.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
So that's like your little dojo for womanhood where you're in right now. You have a little makeup room. That's like something all women don't have.
Yeah, like our house had an extra room and like in the deep, like we have a deep basement, we have a regular basement and a main floor. And I was like, we were gonna use it as storage. I'm like, no, this ain't gonna be storage. This is gonna be my like walk-in closet makeup room area. And yeah, I got what I wanted.
So does he have a man cave?
He's got the garage, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, he keeps his car in there.
Yeah. For half the year.
Is his garage heated up?
No, not yet.
Ooh.
We're still working on that. He does a lot of stuff himself, and like we that's a lot of projects that we do are like home stuff. So yeah, one thing at a time. We got flooded the first year we were in this house, so we had to like redo everything. So it's taken a slower process, but yeah, we love doing that kind of stuff. We just got a second home and like redid it all ourselves and rented it out. I guess that's what we do for fun.
So now Ann Arbor is where?
Ann Arbor's in Michigan. It's about like after I cross the border to Michigan, it's like 45 minutes out. And the gym is called Final Round MMA.
Oh, so you're not in Canada anymore.
Oh, I'm in Canada. I just cross the border all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're really close to the border. Probably like 20 minutes from my house.
And that's like Michigan, though. Michigan has like right across the water is Canada in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's cold year round. You're dealing with the snow yet, or?
Not yet, but it's getting pretty cold. We've got some like icy mornings, but not yet.
Oh, I was about to go there. It's 55 degrees here right now in New York. What's the temperature there?
I think it's about 30 degrees Fahrenheit right now, so it's not cold. This is our fall, yeah. It gets pretty bad.
Oh yeah,
it gets in the negatives a lot, so.
I hate the cold. Can't deal with the cold.
Yeah, I just came from Singapore and I was like tanning literally a few days ago in Lazy River, and now I'm freezing cold here.
Oh, and even that, was that your first time going to Singapore?
Yeah, it was really nice. It was different. I didn't like the food. But other than that, everything was really nice over there. It was my first time, so it was cool.
Yeah, it seemed like you were doing some sightseeing and whatnot. I was trying to get you on the show last week, but then you stayed, like, what, a week after the fight?
Just a few days. We got back on Thursday, right on Halloween, so, yeah, a few days.
Do you do that with a lot of your fights? Like, wherever you are, you hang out there a little bit longer? I mean, it's free travel.
I wasn't doing that at first, and then after like we went to Brazil, I'm like, why am I gonna go home right away? I've never been to Brazil. Yeah. So right after, stayed a few days, went to Rio, enjoyed it, and I'm like, shit, I should do this more often because I barely travel. I travel when I fight, so might as well take advantage.
Yeah, that's one thing I look back that I wish I did. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be here. Like, let me just stay for a week. I mean, it's not like I have to go back and like.
You were kind of just like fight mode, get in,
get
out.
Well, the thing is like. The thought would cross my mind, like, if I lose, I wouldn't be able to enjoy this, like, little vacation.
Yeah, well, I'm sure I lost.
And also, like, I'm focusing on, like, winning and whatever. Like, I'm not worried about, like, I don't want to think past the fight, really.
Yeah.
And, like, planning to stay a couple extra days is thinking past the fight a little bit, no?
Yeah,
Like, what if I can't even fucking walk because my leg's broken? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's how I was thinking at first, and I was like, you know what, just do it. And if it doesn't, like, if I'm not in a good mood, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to enjoy it for the time being. Like, time goes by so quickly. You might as well enjoy it. Like, you can dwell after.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, for example, like, if you and your husband were to go to Singapore and pay for the flights, it'd be like, I don't know, like, maybe $2,400. But, like, your flight's already paid for. So now you cut your trip in half because you only pay for one ticket, unless you bring him as your corner.
Does your husband train or fight at all?
He used to, actually. When we first started, I started because he used to fight. So I showed up and at his practices, I'm like, man, I really like this. So I started training, and then actually he quit. He quit. We got married. He thought we were gonna start, like having kids and everything, move on. And I was like, no, I'm not ready yet. And then I got into the UFC, and yeah, so he doesn't do it anymore. He never went pro. He never went pro. Yeah, so it's his fault I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Like,
that's aggressive. Like, hey, babe, like you come in and mess around. And
that's a great story.
Not
though.
only like gets to your level, but just makes a
I got this.
Yeah.
I got this.
Wow.
I'm gonna go fight in the UFC. But now even you were on that one season of Tough, right?
Yeah, the Ultimate Fighter season 20. Yeah.
Yes.
The all girl season.
Yes, we've talked to a few girls from that season. I always said to Menace, I was like, that's how I first became a big fan of Randa Markos. Is you were like the no nonsense girl in the house, and everyone not bullied you, but kind of was like, this bitch, like she has an attitude, blah blah blah. But you were just there to win.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like before I got on that show, I was like, I'm just gonna mind my own business. I'm just gonna do I worked so hard to get here. I got this opportunity. I'm not gonna fuck it up. Like I'm gonna just mind my own business. And then, like a week into it, everyone hates me. I was like, what the hell? Like I'm just minding my own business. Everyone thinks I have an attitude or whatever. I'm like, I'm not even talking to you. Like it was just so weird.
But you're a girl. You're a girl.
There's always
you
drama.
Get
always drama with
how girls work, right?
Yeah. It was funny because when we first went in, everyone was so nice to each other, and I was like, man, this is not gonna last. It's 3 days in, and then people started picking sides and having their little groups, and I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna get real bad. So yeah, it got pretty bad.
So Stan, something you may or may not know is being on the Ultimate Fighter. There's a magic list that you write down whatever you want.
Yes, we talked about this.
And within 24 hours, it's there.
We talked about this
That
with Jessica.
girl's season had the highest bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind the heavyweights.
Yeah. Or
in front of the heavyweights. Yeah.
Yeah. You girls are getting lobster and filet mignon and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that was crazy. It was crazy.
I wish I thought of that.
You were like egg whites.
Yeah,
brown
egg
rice,
whites,
broccoli,
grilled chicken. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you ordering? What were you throwing on the list? Were you adding to
Honestly, the craziest thing I think I ordered was Cadbury chocolate. I was like, man, I need my chocolate fixed. And I was like, the only thing that I ordered that was anything bad or anything
Well, not bad. We're talking about expensive wise.
Expensive,
Still the,
no, I
still
never,
the chocolate.
never took advantage of it. I feel like I should have. I don't think I ever took advantage of it.
Well, you were just there to fight and mind your business. All the other guys were like, party, you guys want to get some Don? They were ordering expensive liquor and all that, right?
What, is that right? I don't know. Ask her. She was there.
Yeah, girls were ordering some crazy things. Ugg boots was on the list every day. Was it I'm pretty sure it was Ugg boots, yeah.
And
were on the list.
They were getting Ugg boots?
No, they weren't getting them, but they were asking for them. They were asking for some weird stuff, some girls, and I was just like, man, I want to see if this comes in. This is crazy.
Wow.
I don't know, certain brands, clothing, if you absolutely need them, you don't need that brand, you just ask for underwear. They'll come in.
The craziest thing some of the guys I remember Dustin Pegg asked for a green wig because one of the opponents on the other team had green hair.
Yeah.
So it made sense. So, and how much a green wig? $5? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we ordered a slip and slide. I think that's one of the things we ordered. We ordered a few games. Yeah, we actually got a slip and slide, but we never used it. Yeah. Well, that was kind of a waste of money.
Wow.
Yeah, well, they probably were like, oh, this will be good for TV. We would love to get the slip and slide.
We'd love to get, Oh, man. I wish I thought of these things better.
Yeah, you would have put a bounce house.
Yeah, trampoline.
Dumb shit like that. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So are you still friends with any of the girls from Tough 20?
I don't really talk to any of them. Things got kind of awkward after the show when we started getting matched up against each other. When I fought Aisling Daly, that's when we stopped talking. We had a group chat with Aisling, JoJo, and Alex Chambers. We would always talk, and then once we got matched up, we kind of stopped talking, and then we got awkward, and the friendship kind of ended. It's too bad because I felt they were they're really cool people, and I've never had friends that were girls. Like I never do, so it's just like it was different.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
even like
it's
the
fun.
you had to deal with some mean girls in the house. So that's why I was gonna say, like, did you girls ever like cool it over? Any of the girls you had problems with and whatnot?
I don't have problems with anybody anymore. I
She
mean, it
doesn't
was
talk
really,
to them.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean.
yeah.
You know what I mean. Not problems, but the girls like you that you didn't get along with on the show. You know.
I think I already settled everything in the cage. And
Yeah.
if I ever do have to face them, I hope I face them in the cage.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's the best way to deal with it.
Yeah, that's the one thing I liked about my season, that there were 2 different weight classes.
Yeah.
So if you're 145, I didn't really associate with you. You're 35, like, hey, come here, buddy.
Well, something we talked to Jessica Penny about, because she's a friend of the show, was maybe one day we would get a couple of the girls and do like a Tough 20 reunion. And in my head, I was like, oh, dope, because we'd get Randa Markos. But then I remembered, like, no, they really all didn't get along. But, like, if we ever did do that, I would obviously want Randa to come and,
What, on the show?
yeah, I would
Oh.
figure out how to do a group chat. We talked to Jessica about it.
yeah,
She wanted
yeah,
to get, like,
yeah.
Herb, Justine,
Yeah,
Kitch,
yeah.
if we can, Rose.
Can we count on you?
I don't know, man.
Oh,
I
wow.
I'm sorry. I don't know. That's a tough situation to put me in. It's just like,
Maybe we'll do,
I
like, maybe a 1 5-minute round.
Yeah. Or we'll be good
Uh-huh.
mediators. Or what we'll do is we'll get all the other girls on. I'm like, all right, now we're bringing on Randa. And bring her on. They're all like, uh-oh.
oh, God.
I got your back.
Yeah, we got your back. We're big fans here at Menace and the Man. We try to make everything light. Like you've done interviews, and guys and other people doing interviews, they just want to ask like dirty questions. Like, you know, they want like the dirt. They want you to talk shit, or they want to ask like, you know, just about fighting or like start drama. We just want laughs, more or less. But we don't want people to like fight. We want to always turn the negative into a positive here at Menace and the Man.
But on the same token, we've had people come in and start throwing fucking, just getting after it. We're like, all right, go ahead.
Have we?
A little bit.
A little bit, but then even then, we kind of like,
Like Bobby Green was like,
oh yeah, well Bobby Green's a special egg. Yeah, he was into his own shit that day.
Yeah.
But so anything on the horizon for you, Randa? What's next?
it's probably nothing, right?
I'm not sure. I'm not.
When's an ideal time for you to throw down again?
I would love to fight in another, like, give me 3 months. Give me 3 months and I'm good. I love to fight, like, right away. I don't like waiting too long. I like to fight every 3 months if they let me. You know, as long as I'm healthy, I'm not getting any younger, and I don't like to take time off. I feel like I age when I take time off.
Yeah, for sure.
I like to get right back into it and get ready for the next one. And I'm always improving, so I just, you know, I want to see the improvement. So I like to get in there right away.
So now, are you a fight fan? Like, do you pay attention to all the fights and whatnot?
I am, but I don't have time to, like, you know, watch every weekend. I try to keep up on, like, social media and stuff as much as I can.
Yeah, so I'm sure you watch the big cards, like you watch the BMF fight this weekend, and you watch like the numbered pay-per-views and whatnot. So the next one is 245. So who do you think wins in Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I want Usman to win. Colby, he's got, I don't know, he's got a big mouth, and I don't know. He's a tough dude though, so I don't know. But I think Usman, he's just like, he's on fire.
Yeah, they're very similar. They have similar records.
Holloway
and Holloway versus Alex Volkanovski. Who do you have in that one?
Max Holloway for sure.
Do you even know Alex that well?
the Aussie.
No, I don't know the Aussie that well, but I like Max Holloway.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be one of Max's tougher fights.
Yeah, I agree.
That dude's a beast.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? Amanda Nunes versus Jermaine Durandamain. Who do you think wins that one?
Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
She's a beast.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's beating her anytime soon.
Yeah.
No, she's on fire too. I mean, who beats Chris Cyborg like that?
Yeah.
That was insane.
Slept her. Like I don't even think I could sleep her.
No. In the beginning, that was actually like a running joke that we had for like the first 10 episodes. We would talk to people about like, who do you think would win in a fight? Dennis or Cyborg, and people would be like, I don't know. I don't, I don't know if Dennis should even take that one. That's a bad one. But Amanda Nunes now, yeah, she smoked her. So Amanda Nunes is now
still stays that way.
Yeah, Amanda Nunes is the female GOAT now.
Yeah.
Such like accuracy with her hands, man. That was so beautiful.
Yeah. So who's Randa Markos' favorite fighter?
My favorite fighter?
To watch.
To watch? I'm not sure.
Is there someone? Is there someone when they fight you're like, I gotta see this. I gotta stop everything and make sure I see this.
Wait,
this fight.
Is it Dennis Bermudez?
Yes, of course. No, I love I love like the Diaz brothers, man. When they're fighting, I gotta see those fights. I have to see those fights.
Does Nick ever get a fucking? Does he squash it and he come back?
Nah, I thought he was gonna be in the corner, but he just came out for the weigh-ins. He wasn't in the corner. Yeah. I think he still owes money to the Las Vegas Athletic Commission, and is like refusing to pay it.
Like, in my head, it makes sense for the UFC to be like, all right,
what do you want?
We got you. Hey, we'll cover that.
Yeah. And they should be, if they want to sell pay-per-views, they should be like, whatever you want. He's definitely going to sell 500,000, maybe 1 million pay-per-views coming back. He's like,
because now what's going to happen when they actually like figure it out? Too much time, like Randa said, has gone by, and he won't be the same Nick Diaz. And
yeah,
he's
getting up there. He's like 35 or 36 now. So they have like a very small window left.
Yeah.
But, yes, I'm a big Diaz fan here as well. I hated to pick against him with Jorge, but I felt like Jorge was just going to do what he did there. You know, outstrike him, have a little more power.
I didn't.
You didn't
I thought Nick was getting stronger. Or sorry, Nate was getting stronger. I thought he was getting stronger and strong. And he's like that, right? He takes punishment, but he doesn't like back off. And then he gets stronger and stronger. I was just waiting for it, and then they stopped it. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Yes.
You know, those confrontation there at the end, and then, you know, the round was over. I was like, yes, he's coming back. But,
what we were saying before we got you on the horn was we think that the BMF belt, they should take that fight to like Singapore or somewhere else and just have the fight be old school UFC and no time limit and just fight to the finish. If that's the bad motherfucker belt, right? Or have them fight like Pride rules, like 15-minute or 10-minute first round, and then 2 5-minute rounds after that. Like the rules that they have in play in the United States, and they can't change them at all because the athletic commissions, they don't favor the bad motherfucker belt, you know? Like, I feel like cuts and the time limit and all that. So, like, you know, both of those guys don't want a point fight, but they were pretty much point fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a great fight. But hopefully,
yeah, it was good.
But yes, big Diaz fan here as well. Hopefully they run it back. And I am a big Randa Markos fan as well. I want to thank you a lot for your time here. If you want, real quick,
thank you.
Show us your little, what would you call that?
Hello, makeup room.
Yeah, your little
glam room.
Your little girl. Oh, a glam room. That's what they would call it.
Oh wow.
It's not like completely done yet. Hold on.
Okay.
Usually we have guests show us their gyms because we had like Lance Palmer last week show us his gym.
So I don't know. I have like it's still a little section here that I gotta finish up, but.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Shoes on shoes on shoes over there.
That's a pretty big room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely his. That was his man cave, and you were like, "Nope, not happening."
Exactly.
If you want to catch these hands, you little amateur.
All right, Randa, you're the woman.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for the laughs, and we'll hopefully get you on the show again soon.
For sure.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
See you, Randa.
See you later.
Bye.
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 Stan, who wins in a fist fight, you or her husband?
Remember that time you tried to get me to fight Felicia Spencer's husband too, and she was like, "I don't know, he's a fighter too."
Yeah, Felicia. Yeah, they both probably fuck your ass up.
No, I'm a live dog in any fight. I'm a big dude. What do you fight at? Did he fight at 135? You know?
I mean, probably not.
Yeah.
He's probably like a 45, 55 pounder.
Yeah. Well, why
maybe 70.
Why are you always trying to get me to fight our guest husbands? Just because I said she was cute?
Yep.
Hey, what do you want me to say? I'm a fan of hers.
Precisely.
Yeah. I like her fighting style too. She's like a pit bull when she gets in
she
there.
bites down, tucks the chin, and fucking.
She fights like Dennis Bermudez. Like she doesn't stop. She doesn't go backwards. She just goes forwards.
Right. Well, I got some lateral movement to me and some.
Are you trying to say she got no lateral movement? She's got some lateral movement.
I mean, yeah, she does, but.
Yeah. Nah, she's a beast. All right, so we'll just do some current events and then get the fuck out of here. We talked about UFC 244 a little bit. What do you think? You didn't watch the Canelo fight.
No.
All right. Well, Canelo beat up.
I saw he finished him, right?
Oh yeah, he fucked him up. What'd you think of The Rock coming in and handing out the BMF belt?
That was pretty cool. But Nate Diaz had a really good point. Like, if anyone's handing out a bad motherfucker belt,
Mike Tyson.
yeah.
Yeah. And even the funniest thing was like I love The Rock, but they hit The Rock's entrance music, and he walked out like he was walking out with the WWE Championship.
Which is, I think that's cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's the UFC, so it was almost like that weird, like
crossover.
He thinks that's his fucking belt, you know? Like he threw it up like it was the fucking WWE Championship.
Yeah. Well, he got back in his character.
And then he walked in and handed it to this little skinny Jorge Masvidal that's like half the size of him. Like, no, you'd fuck me up if this shit really happened.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
he would.
Yeah, puncher's chance for The Rock, and even then,
you know what had me kind of really, dude, is when The Rock was there for the face-off. He looked nervous, kinda. He was doing this,
Bro, probably because he picked against Diaz, and Diaz probably fucking side-eyed him. And then at the post-fight press conference, Diaz was like, yo, fuck The Rock.
Yeah.
Flat out was like, fuck The Rock. He picked sides. That's why Mike Tyson should have been here, a real bad motherfucker. And then one thing that was cool, they had Roberto Duran there, who's one of the greatest boxers of all time.
Who, didn't Masvidal, point him out at the weigh-ins?
Yeah.
And then after the fight, that dude took a picture with Diaz.
Yeah. Well,
so he's like...
Well, after the fight, he sat with Masvidal as Masvidal was doing his post-fight, and then immediately walked over to Diaz and was like, yo, can I get a photo with you? And
yeah.
Congrats, great fight. I'm a fan. Yeah. Well, even the respect between those two, no disrespect at all really came from Masvidal or Nate.
Right.
The most disrespectful thing wasn't really disrespectful, was just Nate said, oh, I would have came back and won, or I would have did better in the 4th and 5th round, which isn't bad. And then Masvidal just said, I didn't.
No, you won't.
He said, I wanted to baptize him, and I didn't baptize him, so I want to have a rematch,
Right.
Nate probably went, you ain't baptizing shit. That was the worst thing that was said between
right.
the two. Other than that, it was nothing but respect. But something I want to start doing, because I feel like we jump all over with guests. I want to make sure we ask them about big fights. Then we can make a little piece about it when the fight's coming up. But
Roger.
Usman versus Covington, that fight's going to be fucking good. The beef's real between them.
Yeah.
At the press conference, you could almost feel.
Yeah.
Max, Alex, Amanda, and the other girl, they shouldn't even, they were just sitting there why am I even here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And even that, if I would have got the mic to ask a question, I would have been why is Jermaine Durandamine getting this fight? I get
what's the answer in your head?
Because there's no one else. And Amanda Khan has cleaned out the division, and she's running out of challengers.
Yeah.
But even then, so Felicia Spencer was I'll fight Cyborg. Even if she is coming off a loss, she was I'll fight Cyborg, give her a fight. This other girl was nah, I'll give you guys back the title.
Yeah.
And I'm not fighting Cyborg.
Which was
that's insane.
I would have cut her.
I would have that's what I'm saying.
I would have cut her.
I would have been
and since then, she is nothing to me.
Yeah. You're not.
And the fact that how she got the belt, she didn't win that fight.
Yeah. So,
I thought Holly Holmes beat her.
I thought Holly Holm beat her, and then even she should have had 2 points deducted. Remember, she knocked Holly Holm out almost.
She's a complete sweetheart. I think she's a very nice woman. I think she's a great fighter. I just thought
it's nothing personal.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not. It's about what she chose to do in that situation.
Yeah, but this no, not fighting her. You can have the belt back. What?
And then Amanda Nunes was hold my beer. I'm gonna go fuck this bitch up. Real quick.
Yeah. Let me go get another title quick.
Yeah. Oh, so no one wants to fight this bitch? Dial my number. Like if they made they should just give her. Don't even have her fight. Just give her the BMF belt and be like, "You want to defend this? We already know you're the baddest bitch."
Yeah.
What is it? I guess the BMF would be like.
Yeah.
Would you call a girl a motherfucker? It'd be like the baddest bitch title, the BPT, the BBT.
No.
Yeah, what would you call that?
The HBC.
The head bitch in charge?
Yeah.
Okay.
HBC title.
Yeah. But that's like, so make that belt, Dana, and just put it in the mail with Amanda Nunes' address. Just,
Right.
just ship it over, because that bitch is bad. Even her, like we were talking about how Kat Zingano is going to go to Bellator. Like, I think that'll be a challenge, or at least it could be a good fight. She could maybe beat Cyborg on the right day. But, like, the word on the street was, like, Cyborg didn't even want a rematch. Like, she talked like she wanted a rematch, but Dana White was like, we've offered her the rematch. She doesn't want it.
Against Amanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to save face, they say Cyborg, like, went out in the media and was like, nope, I do want the fight. You wouldn't have went to Bellator if you really wanted the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you would have signed with the UFC and that shit would have got done. Because I don't care what you say. I don't think Bellator's paying her more money than the UFC would have. You would have fought Amanda Nunes, probably a main event, and got pay-per-view points.
Like, how much money does it change? Like, let's say Bellator's giving her 800,000, UFC's giving her $1 million. Like, is that $200,000 at that point like that big of a? I'm trying to, like, I mean, yes, obviously it's a lot of money. It's, you know, but when does, like, you know, when does, like, I don't know, what, you're only gonna give me, you know, 2.3 million when I want 2.2 million? Like, where does?
I think Amanda Nunes became the boogie woman, and she was like, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
You know? Like, even that. So they were the co-main event when she first lost to her. I don't think that she got pay-per-view points for that. But I would think the rematch, because Amanda Nunes took out fucking the unbeatable Cyborg, they would make that like a main event. No? Maybe.
Well, the thing is, so Amanda Nunes is awesome. She does have the, like, gay pride marketing, but, like, she's not, like, actually, she did do Sports Illustrated, like the nude thing.
Yeah.
But, like, she's not, like, the sexiest woman in the UFC. You know what I mean? Like, they, like, she, you know, Paige Van Zandt has lost, and they're like, yeah, you're still our poster girl, you know?
Yeah. It seems like they're getting a little sour on her now because
On Paige.
Because injuries and whatnot and the layoff, and then she's on her last fight of her contract. She's openly said she's going to fight out her deal and then look for better offers and whatnot. And now,
I think she is who she is today because of them. Like, listen, she fought well, but, like, she got the Sage Northcutt fucking bump.
yeah, because she was hot.
Yeah.
But then even there, Dana was saying they've offered her Macy Barber twice, and she turned it down twice.
Now Macy's come out after this last win and has been like, yo, we need to get her on the show.
Yeah. Well, you know how that is. I think once you turn, they want people who just say yes.
Yes.
Like, they sit in an office, Dana, Mick Maynard, and Sean Shelby, they have a huge fucking billboard thing with all the matchups. They sit and they think of matchups, and they come up with, like, all right, this and this. All right, send it. We just worked on this. Send it. And then they go, all right, you want to fight Macy Barber, or you want to fight so-and-so? And it's like, no.
It's like,
all right, we'll revisit this next Tuesday, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas it could have been, all right, so we got a good fight for fucking
Right.
7 weeks, 8 weeks from now. They probably get turned off by that. Like
1,000,000%. Like,
Yeah.
your job is, you know, a puzzle maker.
Yep.
Or, you know, and this one piece, like, won't fit in this spot.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, fuck this piece.
Well, exactly like
you get a new piece to do that same thing. You fucking.
Exactly like you say, with the squeaky wheel gets the oil, or whatever the expression is.
Yeah.
They want people where after you fight, like the way Bilal did it. Like, I hope Bilal gets that guy Li Jinglan. Like, they want you to have a name ready and kind of do their job for them. Why? Because they have 500 other people to match up. But if you just go, whoever they got for me, and they're gonna go, all right, let's take his card and let's put it down here because he doesn't know what he wants to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
then if we offer him a fight,
If someone calls him out, he can get put back up here.
yeah. But even if we offer him a fight and he turns it down, we're gonna move him down a few more spots. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know they're not big on that once you turn down anything.
Right. And then like they can use it for their fucking when they make like the highlights and they're trying to promote a fight. Like,
Yeah.
yo, I want you, Conor McGregor.
Yeah, oh my God! Like when I listen,
If you're up there, like I don't know who I want, like, and now he's fighting Conor McGregor, like.
When I listened back to the Michael Chiesa interview, that was such a huge thing. He was saying how Nate Diaz is a fucking genius, and he made his career off of, nah, fuck that. Conor McGregor, I'm going to fight Europe, like having a name ready. And then even, I'm sure he made at least $1 million, hopefully a few million off of this last fight. And he fucking said, Jorge Masvidal had a good-ass fight, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Calling his shot. And the UFC's like, we like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
One thing that did bother me, I know we want to be a pro MMA show, but also like pro UFC, and on their side, even though they do need to do better things for the fighters, they said, I'm sure Jorge made more than that, but they were putting up a lot of memes lately. Canelo made $35 million.
Oh, yeah.
You saw that? Masvidal made $500,000.
Yeah.
That his guaranteed purse, like put out to the athletic commission.
He had that monster slash on him.
He had the
Again, I wonder how much that's worth.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the monster slash is worth more than your fight purse.
500,000, you think? Could be.
Maybe.
They're a big company, Monster. But I think he's obviously getting pay-per-view points for the fight. So it depends. He's not going to know his total until after they get all the buys in and whatnot. But then so if UFC is disclosing that he made 500,000, I know the discretionary bonuses went down, but I'm sure there's still something for like the main event, Yes, no? What do you think?
Oh, yeah. No, those guys are. Well, I know, like, if you're the main event on, like, the lowest card that UFC does, it's 25 grand. Like, if you're a fight night main event.
That they kind of don't.
Win or lose, 25
that
grand.
Doesn't go to the athletic commission. You just get to cut that check outside your purse.
Yes.
Yeah. So main event of a pay-per-view. Hopefully it's something, because 35.
It's definitely 50 grand.
Mm. Well, like
I would,
that's upsetting to see. I think Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal are the same level of athlete, or similar, maybe whatever, peg beneath. Jorge has like 1 million followers now. Nate's got like 4 million. Canelo's got like 5-6 million.
Yeah.
So let's even do the pay scale off that. They're getting fucking a sweet deal. Like, I'm pretty sure Canelo's purse, Canelo could be like, Dana, I got this. I'll pay everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But even, something's got to change with that. I wonder how it just happens. Like boxing, they just make more of the. We have to talk to. We're long overdue to get Algeria on. We almost need to do like a boxing episode, I feel.
Yeah.
We have a few boxers ready to come on. And then we reach back out to Algeria, see what he's up for. Because we just want to know what the pay scale is. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like 80-20 in boxing, or 70-30 in boxing, where most of the money goes to the fighters. And then the talks of the UFC are, it's like 15-20% that goes out to the fighters.
I remember back in the day, it was like 1%.
Yeah. Well, that's like they have the antitrust lawsuit and whatnot going on now. And I was reading this thing recently about, they had, who's the old matchmaker? Joe Silva testify. And Joe Silva said, like, there's no real rhyme, or there's no method to the madness of how we used to give out bonuses. Right. Like a fight card would happen. Joe Silva would give Lorenzo and Dana a list and say, I think this guy deserves this guy deserves this, and they would give discretionary bonuses that way.
Now, I know. Who did I fight? I forget who I fought. And Dana White and Lorenzo overturned Joe Silva and Sean Shelby's call to give it to me. Really? I forget what fight.
And who'd they give it to? You don't remember?
They gave it to me.
Oh, they overturned it.
They overturned somebody's original who they was going to get. Like, no.
Bermudez gets it. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. And they called me and told me that. And I was like, oh, man. That's when I was on my little streak.
you guys know my name?
Yeah, that's why I was on my little streak there.
Yeah, you guys know who I am?
Winning streak, that is.
Yeah, crushing it at the highest level.
Yeah, it's cool that I had like a bigger win streak than I did losing streak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and even that, like we were saying earlier, they shouldn't come back to New York, or something's got to be done with this judging. Like, there were fights that were 30-27 one guy, 30-27 the other guy. It's like, how is that even possible? It's not.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that, like...
The inconsistency is...
Yeah. Well, you didn't watch Till
Stan,
versus...
can you do me a favor?
What's the favor?
How can me and you get into judging? Like, what is the protocol?
Yeah, I can figure it out. You just have to take a course and start taking courses, and then you go to, like, training, and then they want you to probably start at amateur fights, and then you eventually get a pro card.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I think they want you to start at... I can definitely get... Why, you judge? It doesn't...
I would love to be a judge.
It doesn't pay well. It's part of the problem, too. And
How much does it pay?
I don't know. I can find it out for you, though.
Because if it's in New York and you're going to give me $1,000 for the night...
It's definitely... Well, maybe the UFC might be $1,000 for a judge, like the New York State Athletic Commission, when they... Because how it would work is...
Pay my travel.
Well, how it would work is the sanctioning
Put
body...
me up. Give me $1,000.
So, like, when you do an amateur event, like the Triton or the NYFE, they would hire, like, the WKA or the ISKA. And so what that is the ISKA would say, oh, it's going to be $5,000 for the event. You know what I mean? And then they're going to pay fucking the officials. They're going to make some money for the logistics and whatnot. The head of the ISKA is going to make some money. So when they go to the New York State Athletic Commission, the head of the New York State Athletic Commission gets some money. The other fucking person gets some money, and then they pay out all the referees. Then they also got to pay the doctor and whatnot. So I'm sure it's a higher number when you're dealing with the UFC, but it's not much from what I've heard. But it might be decent enough because, like, the one guy I know well, Tom Sconzo, who runs the ISKA and has a lot of good relationships with people, he does it. You know, like, would you do something if it was just fucking traveling all over the country and it paid nothing?
Hang on. I'm saying I'd do New York. I'd be a New York judge, no?
Yeah. I think that's what the sport needs eventually, but then that would also come into favoritism, though, too. You know what I mean?
I know, because I know too many people.
Yeah, kind of. No? Would you be able to judge fights unbiasedly?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
like,
maybe.
Bro, like I'm sitting there cornering my guys, and like, yo, you're losing.
Maybe that would be a part of the training aspect too. They kind of will like program you for that. Of like, all right, even if you know the guy, you got to kind of fucking.
I know I've like seen judges like, oh shit, dude, what are you doing here? Like, I'm judging. They're like, get away from me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I've had that many times where it's like, oh, you started judging again, or oh, you're the fucking judge. Like, I remember one time even I saw Shaolin, and Shaolin had just started judging for the New Jersey State Athletic Commission. So I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? He was like, judge. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, but he didn't know who the fuck you are. He didn't give a shit.
No, he knew who I was.
Yeah, but you weren't fighting.
Yeah, but I was talking to him, and he was like, oh, so you're saying judges.
I was fighting.
Yeah, all right.
I saw a judge. Yo, what are you doing here? He's like, I'm a judge.
Yeah, then
he was like, yo, get out of here. Like,
then they almost have to go like,
yeah, and that's what it was. Like, oh,
yeah,
hey, what's up?
Because that's like influence. You might have been giving him a check or a bag or something.
Yeah.
But here, this was the one thing I was telling you before. So this is a lady who's a ringside physician in the Florida State Athletic Commission, and she said, I know the New York ringside doctor who called the fight last night. His name is Neaton. I've seen the guy at every Association of Ringside Physicians annual meeting I've attended over the last 12 years. He's always there to learn, keep up to date, and give his own teaching lectures. He's the chief medical officer for the New York State Athletic Commission and was tireless in his work to get the sport of MMA legalized in New York.
I was tireless.
I was just going to say, so was Menace. He is a professor
I didn't see that dude anywhere.
At Cornell, where he did his neurology training and heads up the concussion treatment and research clinic for the university. The guy loves MMA and is a walking encyclopedia of UFC MMA knowledge. And that was basically her saying, like, he does know who Nate Diaz is. Oh, and then she says, he knows who Nate Diaz is and knows his history of and his capabilities, eye injuries, especially laceration of the lids and the area around the eyeball itself are very serious. If Neaton opinioned that it was unsafe for Nate to continue, then it was unsafe for Nate to continue.
All right. Riddle me this. President of the United States was there. Does that have any effect on him being like, you know what?
No, I think it was. I mean, I wanted the fight to continue too. I think it was a bad cut. Like, I don't know how many times that doctor has seen a cut that bad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that.
Ready for this? You can have 5 minutes for like your nuts. You could. Nah. Because, I mean, that's the way to win is by cutting somebody. I was going to say, like, what if they threw, like, one stitch in there within 5 minutes?
Well, even that. People are, like, taking away from Masvidal a little bit and saying, like, oh, no, Nate was coming back and blah. It's like it's still a TKO win.
Right.
Like, it wasn't like.
Like, I fucked your face up, dog.
Yeah, it wasn't like the doctor came in and was like, I'm going to fuck this thing up. It was like, no, Nate beat this guy up pretty good, so I think I got to stop this fight. Or Jorge beat this guy up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I got to stop this shit.
Man, just took out my boots. They kind of stink, right?
I don't know. I haven't caught a whiff yet. I'm hoping I didn't. While you were working the pole all day hard today, right?
Yep.
All right, well. So we'll let you get out of here and let you get some rest. I'm sure tomorrow's another day of strenuous activity.
Yeah. So I won't have it, like, Saturday be my first day off. This coming Saturday, I'll work tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And that'll be 12 days straight of work.
12 days straight?
Yeah. So.
Ooh, you're going hard.
Monday to Monday, 7. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 7 plus 4. Oh, it's 11.
So now even one thing we talked about earlier, Adesanya is trying to fight Yoel Romero. Paulo Costa's hurt with a shoulder injury. Who do you think wins that fight? Do you buy into Adesanya? You're an Adesanya fan? Oh, yeah. I'm not saying like a negative way. I'm saying like, yeah, you think he's like the guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, because he was talking today about Jones down the line, and then even like
Hey, wait. At what weight class?
He said if Jones comes down to 185, he'll fight him next fight. But going up to 205, he said he's not doing that till 2021.
Adesanya's not going up.
Adesanya said he's not going up till 2021.
Where is the fight against Romero going to be at?
85. He said he wants to clean out 85 first, the way that like Jones has cleaned out light heavyweight, and go from there. And then even so you didn't see the fight, but again, I hope our boy Dom Reyes gets the fight over Corey Anderson. Nothing personal against Corey Anderson. I just think Dom has a better resume.
Yeah.
At 205. I'd like to see the stylistic matchup and whatnot. Like we've seen John Jones kind of face a Corey Anderson style before. You know what I mean?
Hang on, I'm just thinking about Adesanya versus Yoel.
Yes. Like we said, Yoel's fucking scary.
Like if Yoel grabs him and just throws him down, like he's not stopping that.
But something that's weird with Yoel, like doesn't grapple. He like takes you down and kind of lets you up.
Yeah, it's just like, hey,
I can do this.
Yeah,
if I want, I can.
Well, or maybe scoring points, or just like you have to get up to.
Or it's
I'm trying to think if I've ever seen him on top of somebody. Like I've seen him foot sweeps people where he can instantly get on top and fucking.
He's been on, but like lately, especially back in the day, he was more of a grappler. He would take guys down and land some ground upon, just even hold, but be on top for like ride time. But now he just like takes him down. He'll almost like let him back up.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
That's that point, though.
Yeah. But he's fucking, even like those fights, like I love Robert Whittaker, but like those fights could have went either way. And like when I look on MMAdecisions.com, where it scores a lot of the media, and granted, they're not judges. They don't always have like the most fucking intellect in judging a fight either. The same as judges don't. But most people thought Yoel won that last fight versus Robert Whittaker. It was a very close fight. Could have went either way. And even the first fight was close too.
Right.
But I thought Robert Whittaker won the first fight by a round, and then the second fight, people thought Yoel won it by a round, maybe 2 rounds.
But Adesanya, like, kind of fucked Whittaker up.
Destroyed Whittaker. 2 rounds.
So, Yoel has a close fight with him. Adesanya fucks him up.
Yeah. And Adesanya...
On paper...
Adesanya's undefeated right now. So nobody's the toughest.
Figured him out.
The toughest fight he had was Kelvin. And that was Kelvin, like, made him backpedal. And I don't know if Kelvin dropped him, but Kelvin made him, like, stumble at one point. Like, rocked him.
I mean, if Yoel could, like, grapple a little bit with people, at least lay on them and hold them down, I would say Yoel. But the fact that he'll foot sweep him and let him stand right back up to his feet, like.
But maybe that would be a fight where he changes his style a little bit and fucking takes him down and tries to hold him down. So, yeah, Robert Whittaker is coming off a loss. They're not going to give him another title shot. Only reason, because some fighters, they'll be like, nope, immediate title shot. But then sometimes they don't do that. Like Woodley didn't get an immediate title rematch. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, no.
Who did Usman fight after Woodley?
Nobody. We've talked about this. Usman was out for a little bit with, I believe, a groin injury or something like that.
Right.
So he had him.
I tell you what, ready for this? If something happens to Covington, who's filling that spot?
It should be Woodley, but it's probably going to be, I would think, Leon Edwards, because Leon Edwards has like a.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm saying it could be Masvidal. It could be Woodley. Oh, when's the fight again? December 14th? Yeah, Masvidal could be ready by then.
He said he has some hand problems, so like he said he wants a little bit of time off to heal his hand shit.
So let's say, or vice versa. Well, no, Colby, does he still have the intimate title? Is his title even like? Does it hold any? Is it anything? Right
according
now?
to the UFC, no, but according to
him,
this is his second title defense against Kamaru Usman. Like he said that at the press conference, and I was like, oh, that is a great line. He was like, I had my first title defense against Robbie Lawler, and I liked that guy. And you saw what I did to him. I don't even fucking like this guy, so watch what I do to him. And he was talking about Kamaru.
Oh, my gosh. That's funny.
Bro, even their back and forth is funny. Like, I mean, Usman obviously isn't like a comedian like that.
Yeah.
But his rebuttals are funny because you could see that he's, like, dealing with Colby.
It's funny because he'll be like...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could see that he's dealing with, like, a jokester. So he's like, what the fuck did he just... And then at one point, so every time Usman started talking, Colby Covington would pick up a book and start reading. And then he'd be like, bro, can you even fucking read? And he was like, I went to D1. You went to D2, you scrub. And then Usman was
Hang on, who went D1?
Colby.
Where?
Where was he? No, he was a D1 wrestler.
No, he
Oregon State. He was a JUCO national champion at the same school as Jones, and then he transferred to Oregon.
What did he do there?
I think he was a Pac-10 champion and maybe an All-American.
Was he?
Yeah.
Because I know he wrestled Chris Wade.
He beat Chris Wade in the JUCO Nationals.
Yeah.
But Wade was fucking wrestling.
Heavy, yeah.
Yeah, Wade was wrestling at like, what is the 70 weight class?
74.
I think it was at 74, yeah. So, yeah, Oregon State. He was a state champion in high school. He went to Iowa Central and was the 165 national champion as a true freshman. Oh, so was it at 65 he beat Wade?
Maybe.
So, yeah, he's a All-American and two-time Pac-10 conference champion.
All right.
And then even, I think he had whatever, like John Jones. Like John Jones didn't get a D1 ride because he had problems in high school and fucking probably shitty grades.
Yeah.
Like I think Colby had whatever, problems in high school and then shitty grades. And then even I think Colby, similar like Lance Palmer, it was funny. He said he had a DUI and just like got in some trouble. Like I believe Colby had a DUI in college too. And that was part of why he like transferred out of Iowa Central.
Wild.
Yeah. Bro, and then one funny thing like that he was talking about, he was like, John Jones been hitting me up about this dude.
Who?
Was it Woodley who said it? Woodley or Usman said, no, was it Woodley? I think Woodley said it. Woodley was like, yo, John Jones was hitting me up about Colby for fucking mad long, saying he's a scumbag. Huh. And that nobody, that he was a piece of shit in college and nobody liked him, so don't get, oh no, was it Usman? No, Masvidal is who said it. Masvidal said he spoke to John Jones, and John Jones was like, watch out for that dude. Yeah, it was Masvidal who said it. Yeah. So people really hating on Colby. We had even Randa Markos not a big Colby fan. I think he's fucking funny. Like, I think even as cringy as it is, I laugh at that.
I
shit.
haven't seen enough of his stuff.
It's almost some of it's so corny that it's funny, but then even like what did he do? At one point he laughed.
One thing I will give him, he hasn't veered from being the villain, and I love that.
Yes.
I hate when guys like are dicks or whatever naturally, and people just don't like them because they're a fucking dick. But then they're like, no, like, come on, man, like me, like, come on, like, I like you. Like, I like when they're like, boo, and he's like, yeah, you know, like.
Well, that's what he did at the press conference when they were booing him and stuff, and
he was
then
like,
bro, it's just so funny. Like when they were talking, and then at points he was like, Kamara, just shut up. He's like, every time you talk, we're losing pay-per-view sales. Just sit there and shut up. No one wants to hear you. But the New York crowd was very pro Usman.
yeah.
Every time Usman went like this, they made noise. Every time Usman, like, he started like 2 or 3 chants, and they chanted for him. And then every time Colby talked, they booed the shit out of him. Yeah. And then Max and Alex just sat there. Alex, I don't even think they asked one question. He didn't speak English. And they didn't have a translator with him.
Alex who?
Does he speak English, Alex Volkanovski?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he's. Oh, I always think he's a Russian, but I don't even think they asked him one question. All right, so what else we got? I believe that'll be.
Hang on, real quick. Who made the Trump? Because I think didn't Masvidal like take a stab at Colby? Like, you want to fight in front of the president? I'm actually fighting in front of the president.
Yeah, like you wanted the president to come to your fights. The president's coming to my fight. But even then, like it's all rhetoric and going back and forth. I believe what Dana White said was that him and Trump have been trying to plan him coming to a live UFC event for a minute, and this was just the one that worked out schedule-wise. And then Colby was saying, like, Trump made this plan because he thought I was going to be fighting Usman, but Usman didn't take the fight. Oh, and then even that, he was throwing
That's funny.
Yeah, he was throwing mad shit at Usman. He was like, the only reason we didn't fight here is because he has to get the EPO out of his system. Tell him. And he was like, tell him, Marty. Tell him. And then that's why Usman came out with his shirt off, like to flex on him.
Yeah,
it was funny. I could see that it gets to Usman a little bit, or at least in my it seems like it gets to him a little bit. But, like, I got excited as a fight fan for their face-off because you could see.
Yeah, it was real.
Yeah, it's real. And, like, you know what I hate? Like, look, you're in the top 15 in the world. Every fighter has that little bit of fear before a fight, like that, oh, I don't want to lose this fight.
Yeah.
But people say, like, they're afraid. Like, Colby wouldn't fight so-and-so because he's afraid. Usman is like Woodley. He never fights because he's afraid. They're not afraid.
Who are they saying they're afraid of?
Other people. You know what I mean? Like, people say Usman is now like the new Tyron Woodley. Like, remember how Woodley like would go get injured and then not fight for a little bit?
Yeah.
They say like Usman's just trying to hold on to the belt.
Yeah.
And he's afraid of fighting people. He's hurt. And shit just hasn't lined up.
I mean, here's 2 things. One, being a fighter, like I've sat with my manager and we've looked at the whole division and we went, all right, we want this fight, this fight, this fight. Like, it's almost like pick the easiest path to get to the title.
Yeah. If we can avoid Jeremy Stevens, we'll avoid that motherfucker.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
I remember, like, the phone call came, like, Clay Guida. And I was like, all right. He's like, I don't love the fight. He's super tough. He's fucking, you know what I mean? Like, but it's just, he's in, like, there's no going around him. Like, I'm like, all right. You know?
Like, they want this fight. Like, the UFC wanted that
Yeah,
fight.
it was like.
And at that point, Clay was like, Clay was like the gatekeeper for, like, the top 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, if you beat Clay, it's like, all right, so he's up here because Clay hangs out down here. Yeah.
So yeah. Every team, I mean, like, will I say yes to the whole division? Yes, I would have. But, like, with my manager being my, like, guy leading the way, like, all right, let's try and get this, like.
Yeah, let's do this strategically a little bit.
Yeah. Let's line up certain fights so when we beat this guy, the next guy we want to fight is available when we want to fight again.
Well, just like that's what I'm saying. Fans say like that dumb shit, like, "Oh, he's scared." Like none of these guys are afraid of each other. None of them are like, "Yo."
Then, let's say you are a little banged up, but the title fight is there, and you think you can win. You take that fucking fight. You win.
Lewis coming in here looking sharp,
Yeah, sharp as fuck.
killing the game.
You win, and then like you get all the surgery you need, so you're 100 to defend that title.
Yeah, it's like, yo, I need surgery or I'm healing an injury. It's like, nah, you're a pussy and you're afraid of it.
Nah.
Yeah.
Now, also on the same token, like I'm getting, like they're probably getting the most sponsorship they've ever had because they have the belt. Like, go ahead, milk that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? You got the belt. Fucking
Try to get in there when you're as healthy as possible too.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Don't fucking just take a fight just because you got to take a fight.
Right.
You know, just
Right.
because UFC's offering you something, tell them you're not ready because you're actually not ready.
Yeah.
But even what was the other thing? Oh, what was I gonna say?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Lewis, could you get me more of these things? Can I get one more of these?
Yep.
Stan needs one too.
Sure.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I thought UFC 244 was amazing. I'm a little worried for Caitlyn going against Valentina.
Okay.
I want her to win, but obviously that's like the boogeyman at 125 right now, Valentina. Lyman Good looked amazing. Shane Burgos looked amazing. We're hopefully going to get them on the show.
What other title fights are coming up? So like, there's
There's those ones. Max. There is a fight card this weekend, but it's like
hang on.
this weekend's Greg Hardy.
No, it's Qatar versus
Zabit.
yeah, Zabit. Zabit. They've put on this. They're definitely giving him like the long road to a title.
Well, him too. He's got a good manager as far as politics and picking the right fights goes. Ali's his manager. And Calvin Qatar is highly touted. He's number 11 right now.
He's really good.
Calvin Qatar.
What's the beat?
5. Wow, they got Zabit up there now, yeah.
Because who did Zabit beat last? Jeremy Stevens?
No, who'd he beat last? He beat somebody. Not Jeremy.
Did he beat that fucking Mexican?
I don't think Zabit's lost yet. Oh, no, he did beat Jeremy. Oh, yeah, this fight got canceled, him versus Calvin.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, his last win was Jeremy.
Right.
I thought it was. Oh, so even looking at his record, I guess the win over Jeremy could put you at number 5, but he hasn't beaten a bigger name yet. Like, Jeremy's a big name, but that's his only name win. And I think he beat Jeremy when Jeremy was surging a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
Well, Jeremy had just lost to Aldo, but I guess
right.
a loss to Aldo is nothing to hang your head on.
Right.
He's one of the best at featherweight ever. Thank you, Lewis. How was work?
Lewis, you want to give a plug right now, dude? If you need life insurance for retirement or a retirement plan, you hit up my homie Luis Morales. How they get over here real quick? Hop in this. Have a quick seat. You get a quick plug. Look at this guy. It's my cousin.
I thought that was your older brother.
Depends on the day, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
talking. Here, put these on real quick. Tell people.
So, Luis Morales, you do life insurance, retirement.
Pretty much everything from life insurance to retirement planning.
Okay. And what's the best way to get in touch with you if someone was trying to plan their future a little bit?
You can go to. You can hit me up on Instagram if you want.
What's the handle?
Luis Morales NYC. So LuisMorales NYC. Or you can look me up on Instagram as well. Just look for Luis Morales and you'll find me in there. New York Life.
I was gonna say you got to give the details. You're
I'm
not
with-
the only, you're definitely not the only Luis Morales.
No, I'm with New York Life. So Luis Morales with New York Life, and you'll see myself on there. I'm out of the Melville office here in Long Island.
So people do it. People sign on with you, not only to protect themselves and their families and loved ones if they die, but to cash out when they retire.
Exactly.
Explain that.
Well,
And then go.
Well, listen, there's no one thing, no one product that's best for everybody. So everybody's different depending on your needs. So basically, I can't go into too much without really knowing what your
You
needs
want.
really are. So it's all about your needs, your wants, and also your budget, to be honest. So do a little assessment with you, and from there we can take you to the next step, really. So it's hard to really say until I actually sit down with you, which is free. There's no charge, no fees whatsoever in anything. So my services are free to you.
Until you get there. So a free consultation.
Free consultation, and even when you do decide on a product or whatever it is, you're not paying me. The company pays me.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
just
yeah.
paying your whatever premium it is. That's it.
So yeah, go find Luis Morales, get some information on your life insurance, your retirement plans, and make that shit happen.
Yeah, and for some reason you can't figure out how to get a hold of him, you can message me at Menace Bermudez or Stan at Menace and the Man Show, and we'll put you in contact.
Yep. Sounds like a plan.
Thank you, brother.
But yes,
Shit.
obviously Lewis is out here killing the game. Look at the suit. He's got the pin. Is that a New York Life pin?
That it is.
I like that. I like that.
That it is. Thank you, brother.
I wish we got to still up some of our technical game, but right now I would play Sharp Dressed Man.
Ooh.
What is that, by ZZ Top or whatever that is? I would have played that on your outro.
Yeah. So yeah, so if you want to fucking not fuck people because you died, if you're gonna kill yourself, I think you should definitely get life insurance, right?
Does it pay out for suicide?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
After 2 years.
So yeah, this weekend there's a card in Moscow, Russia. Our girl Jessica Rose Clark is fighting.
Oh man, no wonder she looks super duper lean.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
She
say
looks
super,
jacked.
I thought you were gonna
right
be like
now.
super duper good. I was gonna be like, she always looks like that.
She looks so jacked right now.
Yeah, she's all leaned out. She's about to make 135. She's back up at. So there's gonna be a bantamweight fight.
Okay.
Pani Kianzad. She's gonna be in some trouble. Rustam Khabilov is fighting some other Russian dude.
Okay.
So no fights that we really care to pick other than Jessica Rose Clark.
They have her really far down on the card, huh?
Yeah, I don't
That's
know why.
weird.
Well, it's in Moscow, so I'm sure they're trying to build up all these Russian people. But if they want people to watch the fight, or maybe that's even why they put her down.
Oh, Hot Chocolate's back in there.
Daniel Roberts is going to be on
Roberts.
here. And then the co-main event is Greg Hardy versus... We're obviously going to pick Hot Chocolate.
Yeah.
Greg Hardy versus Alexander Kovalev. Who do you think wins that one?
I just think
So Derek Lewis said he wants to fight Greg Hardy and he wants Greg Hardy out of the UFC.
wow.
Yeah.
Any just because he called out
I
Derek
think
Lewis?
just because he called
Or-
out Greg Lewis and I guess the beef, the
Derek Lewis. We said Greg Lewis.
Oh, Derek Lewis, yeah. But probably just wants him out because of the stigma that's attached to Greg Hardy.
Listen, man, I love Greg Hardy.
You've
I want him to do very well. Me and him had this like bromance the first time we ever fucking met.
And like it's one of those situations like when can you be forgiven for some fucked up shit?
Right,
So everyone
right.
makes mistakes. Everyone has some things in their life that they
Ready
want
for
to be.
this? And Gregor Gillespie told me this. I think he's got it tattooed on him. Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future.
Yeah.
Or it's every sinner has a future, and every saint has a past.
Well, like
Something
at what point can you redeem yourself from your past? Like you could say sorry 100 times, but then there's still gonna be people that are like, nah, fuck that guy.
Well, also, right? You could build 1,000 bridges. You suck one dick. You're a cocksucker. Yeah, it might be one of those things
This is true.
where, like,
bro, that's one of the truest statements
you do
ever.
something that's wrong one time. I mean, that maybe not wrong to I don't know.
100%. You suck one dick, cocksucker for life.
Yeah.
You could say it was one time. Doesn't matter. He's in that same boat.
Yeah.
You could say it was 1, 2 times. That's the boat he's in. Like, even when he fought in the Barclays, when you and him met, he got booed fucking heavily.
Yeah. I think he, like we said about Kobe, he, like, embraces the heel a little bit.
Yes.
He
does.
like.
But even here, big fucking fight for him. He's fighting. I didn't realize Volkov was that high. Volkov's number 7.
Yeah. That's where I like. Because this is his 4th fight in the UFC?
Bro, who? Greg Hardy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, that's a huge leap, bro.
Bro, even that one fight, I forget the guy. He's trained at the Black Zillions. I've seen the dude. Rosenstrike, I believe is his name. The guy who just knocked out Orlovsky.
Yeah.
Poof,
What?
He touched Orlovsky like this. Orlovsky went fucking flying.
Yeah.
He has the maybe the fastest knockout in heavyweight history. Like, he's got some fucking. He's just a big fucking jacked black.
Are you
dude.
saying he trains with Greg?
No, he's trained with the Black Zillions before. I've seen him at the Black Zillions.
Okay.
But
Arlovsky trains with.
Arlovsky trains with Greg. Yeah, they're American
okay.
top team. But like the black dude, he's now gonna fight Alistair Overeem in December because the guy Walt Harris, who's having the problem with his daughter missing, had to pull out.
Gosh.
But the dude Rosenstrike is like, he seems like the next coming of Francis Ngannou.
Damn.
Like, just touches you, and you're like, nope. It didn't seem like anything hard hit Arlovsky, but Arlovsky immediately was on the retreat, and then he just hit him like in the neck, and Arlovsky face planted like fucking Dunzo. No complaints, no nothing. Like, all right, that was a great stoppage. You saved my life, ref.
Damn.
And I've seen some of his fights. Like, there's been other people that have taken his shot and kept going, but then the last 2 guys was the guy who beat Greg Hardy. I forget his name, and
also, like, this is a super duper quick turnaround for Greg Hardy.
Yeah. Well, he's got a bad taste in his mouth from fucking, Inhalergate, as they call it.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, and that's a no contest. So his last fight, he didn't get a win bonus. They're playing with.
But it went the decision. Like, I mean,
they're playing with his money.
I guess they didn't. He didn't take any damage, right?
Not really. No, he fucking crushed it. So that's the co-main event. I'm actually gonna go Greg Hardy. I think Greg Hardy's gonna land. He's gonna come in with a chip on his shoulder, and I think he's gonna land on Volkov.
I think he's too green.
You think Volkov out sticks and moves him and outstrikes him?
Yeah, he's too green, man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's a better athlete. I think Greg Hardy's indefinitely a better athlete.
Yeah.
I'm talking about pristine striking and MMA techniques.
I think technically Volkov's better. I think, like we talked about, tonight.
Ready for this? In a cage, I think Volkanov wins. I think in a bar, I think Greg Hardy wins.
Yeah.
Where, like, grab something, be a damn caveman.
I think this is going to be a quick one. I think it's going to end in, like, the first 2 minutes. And now he has...
On Greg Hardy's side.
On Greg Hardy's side. He's only been knocked out twice, Volkov. He's been knocked out by Derek Lewis. And he's been knocked out by Vitaly Minskov. And he's actually 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's coming off of being knocked out.
Yeah, he hasn't fought.
Right.
He hasn't fought in a minute. He's 4-1 in the UFC, so this is a huge step up. But I do think Greg Hardy has some skills. I think he's with, like, American top team with one of the right gyms. So he could look at that last fight. He gained 15 minutes of solid experience, granted against a short guy, but I think that also threw him off, the fact that he was fighting such a short guy.
All right, let's play a little game.
What's the game? Because I got to take a piss.
Who wins in a fight, Greg Hardy or Fabricio Verdum?
Fabricio.
Okay. Who wins in a fight, Stefan Struve or...
Hold on, I got to take a piss real quick.
Or Greg Hardy?
Stefan Struve.
Okay.
But if he catches any of them, give me 1 minute.
We just gotta wait for Stan. He's gonna go take a fucking piss. He's a big P boy. That's Stanley. But like, yeah, Stan's gonna come back, and I'm gonna kick everybody out of here. Cause I gotta take a shower. I gotta go sleep, and I gotta I gotta wake up at like 5:40. I gotta go to work. I gotta be at work by 7. But like, I'm a good employee. All right, I get there at 6:30. All right, just what if there's an accident on my way to work? Right now, I'm late to work, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey guys, there was an accident. That's why I'm late." Well, they might say, "Bullshit, Dennis. You're fired." And I'm not giving anyone any excuses to fire me. All right? So, if you're 15 minutes early, you're on time. All right?
Who said this?
Me. Stan does not live by that rule. Stan's like, "I'll be there in 10 minutes." Then you don't show up for an hour.
No.
Stan, that's happened. All right. I'll be there in 20 minutes, and you've showed up an hour.
Sometimes I've shown up in 10, though.
Yeah.
I'm a mixed bag, hit or miss. So Greg Hardy versus Volkov. Back to what we were saying.
Yeah, Volkov.
I think Greg Hardy's green, too, but I think also he's skilled and he's fucking hit
Well,
super hard.
at that weight class, the last guy on the roster could hit anybody we just said and knock him out, potentially.
Bro, like, even
A
that.
swinging chance.
So, like, has Derek Lewis ever been knocked out? Or we already talked about this. Like, I think Greg Hardy might knock Derek Lewis out. Because they're going to strike. Like, I feel like the game plan to beat Greg Hardy is to stick and move if you're a better striker like Fabricio or someone could do, or take him to the ground. Like, if you can get knocked out and you're going to sit and swing with this dude.
Junior Dos Anjos TKO'd him.
And Mark Hunt. And Sean Jordan. Matt Mitrione. Like, I'm not saying anything bad against those guys, but if they're all knocking you out, there's a chance if Greg Hardy connects, you might jelly leg.
Yeah, but we talked about this last time Greg Hardy fought, that he's cleaned up his striking so much that, like, he lost that, like, X Factor wild power swing.
Yeah, maybe he goes back to that a little bit. Or also, he got 15 minutes cage experience. That's a big thing. Experience is a motherfucker. So now, off that fight, he might make those adjustments.
How many fights does Greg Hardy have?
I believe 6, maybe. Not
6?
a lot. Yeah, not a lot.
Dude, that just proves again, love the guy. I think he's a phenomenal athlete. Like, when I was 6-1?
5-1 with the no contest, and he's got 3 amateur fights.
So what? 8-1?
Yep. With 1 no contest.
Oh.
So I'll give him a win in that fight. Because like we said,
let's say he's 9.
Yeah, the inhaler.
He's 9-0.
I don't know how much the inhaler changed it. And then that other fight was when he illegally kneed the guy. And got disqualified. Alan Crowder.
9-0. I had 4 amateur wins, and then 7 pro wins before my first loss to Drew Fickett.
Heavyweight's a little different, though. You know this. Like, you're fighting in a much more skilled weight class. Guys at 55, 45,
well, what
70.
I'm saying is I wasn't not only was I not on the big screen, on the big show, but I wasn't fighting a top 10 guy with under 10 fights.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have 10 fights, period, and you're fighting a top 10 guy.
Skills-wise, Drew Fickett was a top 10 guy. Drew Fickett was very skilled.
Oh, my gosh.
Drew Fickett had, like, personal life problems and shit, and that's why he wasn't at the level he should have been at that point.
Right.
So, like, the night you fought him was when he started getting it together.
Like the second time around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember even, like, around that time, going back after getting to know you and reading about Drew Fickett at that time because he won the tournament, that was when he was like, nope, I'm going to fuck up, fix my life, and I'm going to win this tournament and get back.
Like an alcohol. We got to get him on the show.
Yeah. Isn't he an Alliance guy, Drew Fickett?
I mean, I don't think he fights anymore.
No, I'm sure he's retired now. He was older.
Yeah.
Right? He was a few years older than you back then.
I would love to get Drew Fickett on.
Yeah, he's probably got some good stories. Some good street fighting stories and whatnot.
Like, drug abuse, the whole nine, alcoholism,
And he'll probably talk about it.
fighting fucking Crazy Horse. I meant felony.
Yeah. Like like not that we want to go there, but almost like we want to go there for funny stories. And
Knocking out Josh Koscheck.
Yeah. And rocking him and then choking him out.
Yeah.
He choked him out. He dropped him with a knee and then rear naked choked him.
Yeah.
That was an amazing fight.
Wild.
And then, he always had personal life problems that kind of hampered his performance and ability. But
Well, all those pioneers at that time, like,
yeah.
you were crazy, that's why you fought. So because you were crazy means you probably, like, partied and did all that, and you know what I mean? And you're like, I'll fuck him up too. You know?
No one was crazier than Crazy Horse, though.
Like,
felony.
Felony, probably parties hard. Lieben. Fucking, I've heard stories about
Phil.
Oh, Phil. I mean, all these like veterans that were at the top of the game partied very, very hard.
Chuck Liddell.
Like, I mean, all these guys. Tito. I mean, actually, Tito might have been one of the cleaner guys.
Yeah, but I think Tito still drank a lot heavily.
Yeah, you know. So, I'd like to hear about it.
Tito's long due for an appearance back on the show as well.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He's about to fight a pro wrestler who's actually has fought MMA. The guy, Alberto Del Rio. You probably don't know him.
Never heard of him.
He's like a newer wrestler. So Zabit versus Calvin Kattar. Who you got in that one? Well, real quick, like official pick. You're going Volkov over Greg Hardy.
Yes.
All right. I think I'm gonna go Greg Hardy. He's gonna land that shot.
All right, let's hear your main event pick.
Calvin Kattar versus Zabit.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna go Zabit.
I'm going Calvin.
You going Calvin to pull off the upset?
Ooh, what's the odds?
I'd imagine that they have to beat a favorite if he's number 5 in the rankings. Yeah. Calvin Kattar is currently riding a 2-fight winning streak. 4-1 in the UFC. His one loss is a decision to Renato Moicano. He's got that win over Shane Burgos, who just looked fucking amazing.
Hey, he beat somebody else too. I was like, okay. Can you go back to
Ricardo Lamas.
Yeah, I think that's the one where I was like, oh, all right.
And he beat Andre Fili. So he's got some good wins.
That's where he first came on my radar.
Andre Fili.
It's because I was getting ready to fight Andre Fili, and he had already fought him, I think.
No. He came in after you, Qatar.
I know he came in after me. He came in after I fought Fili.
When did you fight Fili? He fought Fili in 2017. Yep, after you fought Fili. No, so yeah, you fought Fili after him, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's where he was on my radar.
Yeah, he's a beast, this dude. I've seen him at the CES fights back in the day. And he's from that area. He's from Massachusetts. Trains at Sidyoton. Or at least used to. I don't know if he still trains there. So you're going Calvin Kattar. Let's get some odds.
I like him as a win. I mean, it depends on the odds. Like, the crazier the odds, the more money I throw at it. Like, if it's like almost even, all right, $50.
Yeah.
But if it's like a 2-1, maybe I throw a C note out there.
Ooh, it is 2-1. They got Calvin at plus 190, and they got Zabit at minus 270.
Well, I'm sending it.
Are you?
Yep.
Let's see. I like to check a few sites. Yeah, they got Zabit at 240. And they got Calvin Kattar at plus 200.
So 100 to win 200.
Yep.
Yeah.
But even, I mean, Zabit fucking long winning streak. Even if he hasn't fought in a minute.
Where is the fight? It's in Russia.
It's in Russia. So Zabit's going to be on. Calvin's probably traveling. I know I saw Jessica Rose Clark. So Jessica Rose Clark flew out like a week ago. So she flew out a little early, I guess, to get acclimated. Hopefully Calvin does the same for your
Well, what I'm saying is, like,
pockets purposes.
It goes to a decision.
Yeah.
Like, guess who's winning?
Zabit.
Yeah, no matter what, I feel.
Yeah, and in Russia, it's not going to be the same as America, where maybe they paid the guy off. In Russia, it's going to be like the guy goes, you know? No, you announced this guy the winner. That's it.
I mean, do I throw 50 at it?
I mean,
Just for fun, I guess.
I guess. You're probably not even going to watch the fight.
But the thing is, like, if I'm risking risking it, the whole risk is like you're going bigger.
Yeah.
Like 100 for 200, like all right.
Well,
That's
even
wild.
see,
but $50 for 100, you're like, eh.
the fight's still a few days away, so the odds may change a little bit if people are
Alright.
throwing money at Zabit.
If the odds start getting nuts,
They probably won't. I think people respect Calvin Kattar. They're going to look at Zabit, hasn't fought in a minute. He's number 11 in a stacked featherweight division. Featherweight got really stacked.
because I tell you what, I feel like Calvin's a little bit of a dark horse, dude.
Oh, 100%. He's big, long, rangy, really good striking.
Because I remember watching him fight and being like, man, like, I don't really want to fight that guy.
Yeah.
He looks like a problem.
He's big, long, and he throws hard. But
Oh, because did he sleep?
he slept Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Lamas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fucked Ricardo Lamas up. But even that, you know, I think if Dennis Bermudez and Ricardo Lamas fought 10 times, it doesn't go down that same way every time.
Oh, no chance.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'll give him
The business.
2. I'll give him 2. I'll say I beat him 10 times.
Yeah. Like, what do you feel like that?
Then now I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck. Now it's like a fucking. I beat him 4 out of 10 times now.
Nah, you got his number, I think. Stylistically.
Well,
Yeah, he just got caught with a great shot that night. And then you were like, oh, shit. Like, were you rocked from that jab? Or it just caught you by surprise?
no, got dropped. I'm like, all right, this is what I do. I'm gonna shoot. And he was like, I was ready for him to clean up.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, nah, perfect shot for a guillotine. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Neck's totally out because I'm shooting.
One of these weird guillotines, too, with your arm on the other side of a baseball slide.
It was good.
Yeah. Well played.
We gotta get Ricardo Lamas on.
Yeah, we got so many people to reach
He'll
out to.
definitely come on.
So, before we wrap it up real quick,
No.
what do you think for Masvidal? Next fight. Should he fight the winner of Woodley?
Yes.
Or
yes.
winner of Usman Covington?
1,000%. I mean, especially off of the UFC's model of, hey, who's got the most popularity right now?
Or,
Who's gonna sell the most tickets?
I mean, honestly, if it's Usman versus Masvidal,
Now, hang on. On the same token, like, fuck popularity. Like, he fucked up a lot of good people in a row.
who, Masvidal?
Yeah.
Well, even that, they were talking today about
Got Till out of the division.
who's the fighter of the year. It's either Masvidal or it's Adesanya.
Masvidal.
Yeah, but I mean, on paper, it might be Adesanya too, though. Adesanya
How?
He beat Anderson Silva.
Who should have been retired like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Continue.
All right, and then he beat fucking
Whitaker.
And who was the other one he beat? He had another big win.
Big.
Kelvin.
Hang on. His win over Kelvin's a bigger win than over Silva.
Yeah, like the Silva's the lowest one, obviously, but he like did smoke Silva. It wasn't like when, DC fought him and he just
Actually, didn't it go to decision?
yeah, but he fucked Silva up, he like rocked
Yeah,
Silva.
I
and
know
shit.
that. But
And yeah,
like,
Silva's old. I get it, but
listen, I'm not knocking the guy. He's a goddamn legend.
yeah, I think.
But he's 40-something years old in a late 20 man's.
I think Jorge as well. I'm just making the argument. You know what I
All right,
mean?
all right.
Like it could be Adesanya or it could be Jorge. I think it's Jorge by an edge, but I think it's Adesanya's not that far behind.
Agreed. But
Whitaker's a big win, Kelvin's a big win, and Anderson at any stage of his career is a big win.
yes.
And then the flip side of that coin is you baptized fucking 2 people. In his words, he baptized fucking Ben Askren, set a record for fastest knockout. He baptized Darren Till. Nobody ever put Darren Till out like that.
Right.
And then he arguably he beat Nate Diaz more impressively than Conor McGregor did.
Yeah.
Because Conor fucking barely squeaked out a decision. more impressively than a lot of guys have beat him because nobody else,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
was shutting him out and just beating him up.
I agree.
That was, like, people said the fight was close. I thought it was a one-sided fight.
So do I.
Yeah, no, some people are saying, like, they think Nate won the third round. I'm like, I don't see that. I thought he won all 3 rounds very clear. Maybe a 10-8 in the first, maybe a 10-8 in the second.
You love giving out 8s.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. He got dropped twice and got fucking outstruck by 15 punches each round, 20 punches each round.
Yeah, but does that outstrike somebody? I think outstriking somebody is like 50 punches.
Well, that was me just throwing something out. I'm not sure of the
Oh.
actual number.
Oh, okay.
I could look it up.
Why don't you look up your mom's number? Give that to the fans.
Oh, I was going to say, I'll just text message it to you.
Oh, you would do that?
You could try.
Wow.
I already told you. It's not worth it, though. My dad.
Yeah, because I got to deal with you as my stepson. Ain't no one trying to deal with that headache.
Yeah, nobody's trying to do it. 112 to 43 is the number that they're given for strikes landed. Does that sound like a close fight?
Nah. 112 who?
Jorge. So what do we got? 35 to 13 the first round, 39 to 11 in the second round, and then the third round when they said Nate was coming on, it was 38 to 19.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a one-sided fucking fight.
Yeah.
Even in the second round, he fucking dumped him at that one point. And Conor took his back.
Yep.
Knocked him down twice. The first round, he knocked him down. The second round, he hit Nate with a good body shot. Nate was like, you know what? I'm gonna drop down and recover myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
So, you think he should fight? I think obviously if Colby wins, he should fight Colby. But I think him and Usman, I don't know how that fight sells.
I don't give a fuck. The dude deserves a damn title.
Yes, of course. But I'm saying,
That's what it is.
if UFC is in this for the money, then they're just going to sacrifice Conor McGregor and send him out there to get, I think, fucked up by Jorge.
Yeah, but
Just do it.
I think the UFC knows that's like
Just do it, UFC.
it's like, all right.
Just do it, UFC. Because what
do
happens?
you mean? It's sacrificing Conor McGregor.
Puncher's
That's
chance.
it. No.
Conor could win that fight.
Done.
Conor could.
Conor loses, done. And how Conor would lose, like, he ain't coming back from that.
Yeah. But
Like,
just do it.
he got slapped and he's like,
I guess Masvidal might. I was gonna say, does he sleep him with that? But yeah, he
Yes.
probably does. That'd be a tough one. He slept Darren Till. Nobody ever seen that. He slept Ben Askren. Like Masvidal said, when he took the year off from fighting, that's when he came into his own. You know what I mean?
huh.
Like, because he thought more about, like, why am I having these problems in fighting and whatnot? Now he's like, nah, I'm just going to fucking throw harder, throw more, work harder on my cardio so I can keep up the volume. He did that reality show and didn't fight for a year. And he said when he went away, wherever the reality show was, he would go on, like, he had no phone, no fucking TV, no nothing.
What reality show?
He did some fucking reality show. Like,
Like
Spanish.
in Cuba?
He did, like, a Spanish reality show. Like, the Real World Challenge shows?
Yeah.
He did, like, one of those shows, but a Spanish version. And he basically said, like, that was the time where my brain, the switch flipped. And he said, like, that old game bred, before I left and went there, he's dead. This is a new guy.
Damn.
And he says, this is the resurrection of Jorge Masvidal.
Dude, his delivery is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, that's good shit. Like, I'm going to baptize him.
Yeah.
The resurrection. His hair is long. Like,
Oh, and even that, like, at the press conference, at the one I went to, he was like, "That I'm too much man for that dude."
yeah.
Conor McGregor broke his phone. Whatever he watched it on, he fucking threw. You know, and was like, I'm not fucking man enough.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That boy, he's
Yeah.
too small.
He's a midget.
I think he knows what he's doing, too.
Bro, that's what I was saying when you were getting pizza. That's what I said to Michael Chiesa. I was like, it's all a ploy. He's not real. I mean, maybe even if he does really mean it, it's all a ploy to get Conor to take the fight. To get him to call up the UFC and make Uncle Dana go against his word. Because Dana don't want that fight.
Yeah.
You know? But at the same time, think of the business that does. Conor versus anyone does major business.
Now, if they have a dope war, awesome.
Yeah.
Connor and loses. Connor, but, like, if it goes down the way I think it's going to go down, Conor McGregor he can't be Conor McGregor anymore.
But there is a chance that puncher's chance could happen.
I mean, if Conor
Super
McGregor,
slim.
if Conor McGregor knocks out Masvidal, he becomes Jesus.
Well, even that. Or if Masvidal beats Conor McGregor, he goes even up higher.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
a win-win for them
Yeah.
both ways. But at the same time, so
What do you mean?
they're going to sacrifice the star of Conor McGregor for the star of Jorge Masvidal.
Right. Or they sacrifice the star of Masvidal for Conor McGregor.
Either way, they're going to do amazing pay-per-view buys.
Or you keep two guys stars.
But if you put those two guys against, if you put Masvidal against Usman or Colby, it's not going to do the same numbers as if you put him against Conor. If you put Nate Diaz right now against anyone else, it's not going to do the same numbers. I guarantee you, I don't think Masvidal versus Nate did the same numbers that Conor and Nate did.
I agree.
It's mathematically not possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the easiest gauge always to use is fucking...
Now,
In today's world, the easiest gauge to use is Instagram followers. I would think.
was Diaz versus Conor? That wasn't a title fight, right?
No, just a 5-round main event.
Guy.
I'm just trying to make UFC money. And I would love
Why?
to see... No, I have no dog in the fight. I just think it'd be a great fight. I think Conor would put up a better fight than people are giving him. So how do you beat... Same way with like Nate or Jorge we talked about. How do you beat them? You grind out a 15-minute, 25-minute decision if it's possible. And you just keep taking them down, crotch sniffing, as they say. You know, you just fucking grind them out, make it a grappling match, and you'll beat them that way. How do you beat Conor McGregor? The same way.
Right.
Who's beat him on the feet? Nate. Nate rocked him, but then Nate choked him out. You know what I mean? And then
Nobody's grinded out Conor yet.
No. His other losses are quick submissions. So how do you beat Conor? You take him down. He's live on the feet. So if him and Masvidal are on the feet for 15 minutes or 25 minutes, I think that's a great fight. The fans win. The UFC wins. But then if the UFC loses, they lose one of their stars a little bit. But if Masvidal wins, Masvidal goes from 1 million followers to fucking 15 million. Same way Khabib did.
15?
Khabib went from fucking like 1 million to like 15 million when he fought Conor.
Really?
Yeah. And now Khabib's a fucking superstar. And now they're dealing with, you know, Conor's bullshit or whatever, like the fucking his personal life shit and the fact that they need so much money to pay him. So what they should do is just use that same business model and keep, if Jorge's going to win, keep building names off of Conor. And then when Jorge gets too big and Jorge wants 30 million a fight, they go, all right, Jorge, we'll throw you one more fight. We're going to throw you this fucking killer. And then we're going to build his name off of that.
Yeah.
That's the fight business.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope. But I think Jorge versus Colby and Usman, yes. But I think right now they have that fight on the table. Conor McGregor versus Jorge Masvidal, and they should just fucking make it. If they're and keep the bad motherfucker belt going. Like, I'm gonna post a clip that
yeah.
Bro, Conor said, he's like, they made that bad motherfucker belt for me, the real bad motherfucker. And like that's something I like thought in my head, like they're baiting Conor with this.
Huh.
Even Dana White said Conor's not the man anymore. Khabib is. Conor paced. I guarantee you, maybe he did a bump, maybe he took some fucking proper 12, but he paced around his living room after he heard that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, this motherfucker, I'm not the man. What'd he say? And then he yells in the other room to his wife, like, he said I'm not the fucking man anymore. You know?
Pour another.
Yeah. Go down in the cellar and get me another bottle, bitch. Bro, but even that, like, total ploy by Masvidal. He's like, that dude ain't man enough. Who are you going to fight? The guy who called you?
That man won't sign the paper.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
He's baiting him out. I think the UFC makes that fight, and they do fucking similar to how Nate versus Conor did the best numbers that they've ever done. Jorge versus, now that Jorge has the win over Nate, Jorge versus Conor does the best.
Yeah.
Or,
right.
Khabib Conor did the best numbers.
I gotta go sleep.
Yes, we always ramble. But,
You do.
no, you do.
No, you do, bitch.
No, you do.
I don't even like fighting.
You don't.
So,
All right, well, we'll get back to this shit next episode. We definitely went way longer than we thought. We were like, we'll do one little interview and do like an hour. But
what did we do?
like 2 hours.
Bullshit.
All right, episode 54 of Menace and the Man.
Well, see you later.
Were you going for my face?